All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We have finally made it. We are back. Had some tricky weeks the last couple weeks, but now today we're here, ready to go. Good afternoon, evening, morning, night, whatever. Welcome to Table Quests. Finally, again. This is our weekly D&D live stream brought to you from all over the world, by myself, Drew. I'm the DM, as always, and I'm joined by John, Walt, Mike, Kat, and Kendra. You can't see Walt at the moment, but rest assured he is here. Is everything all right on your end, Walt? Uh-oh.
Totally, totally on brand.
Yeah, this
Too
is
good to
just
be
what we
true.
do. This is what happens when, well, when you do what we do.
There he is.
Coming back. Hey, there he is. Welcome back, Walt. Good to have you. As I was saying, outside of our weekly live streams here on Twitch, you can find us about anywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Am I forgetting any?
We have a link tree where you can
We
find
have a
all
link
of them
tree.
in one.
Yes, so I don't have to remember all of that because that's in the link tree, which I think is in the description of the channel or of the
It
stream
is.
or somewhere.
I know it's in the description of our Twitter, but we're all just like Table Quest RPG everywhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you'll find us,
easy to find.
probably.
And if you find somewhere that we aren't, reserve the username and then give it to us
Mm.
so that we can just collect them all and then sue you for copyright infringement. Special thanks this week, as every week, to Syrinscape for the use of their sound library, which you will be hearing now. Hear the lovely birds and the flutes, all kinds of stuff there. You'll be hearing that throughout the night. You'll also probably be seeing at some point one of the lovely, lovely animated 3D battle maps from Animated Battle Maps on Patreon. Um, Help us sort of bring the world to life a little bit here. Um, da, 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 is session 10. We finally made it. The decade mark. Um, Hopefully, not our first, or not our last 10. Hopefully, we get quite a few more 10s after this one. Last week on, no, I have it written down as last week. It wasn't last week. A few weeks ago, in our last session, um, our plucky quintet um, made themselves at home in the village of Ismarius, being treated by the locals to some nice, uh, cuddly cottages, where they ate and drank and slept. And then upon waking, um, decided after freshening themselves up, some more so than others, playing a few games with the local children, um, struck out into the woods with one of said children to look for Lim, the um, fairy who had previously bewitched some of you to sleep and facilitated um, the theft at the hands of the quickling. Um, we were able to find him without too much difficulty. Um, and speaking with him seemed like wasn't necessarily in league with the quickling, more so that it was a convenient alliance. It was funny at the time, but that it wasn't so much funny anymore. And you convinced him with a very well-timed joke, um, to lead you to where the quickling was holed up and to assist you in acquiring his bag, which you heard might have some interesting, desirable properties. Um, you made your way there. That turned down a little bit. There we go. There we go. And indeed, Lim did snap the quickling asleep and fetch the bag with Deziel invisibly in tow. And returning to you guys, he found all of the items that you all were looking for, including a sensitive piece of reading material that he decided would be better used to have a conversation with our resident definitely human. And I believe that's where we left off. Deziel, you are still invisible. You still have the bag. So the rest of you, I believe, you know he's there, but you don't know where or what he's doing. All you know that Lim and himself have returned. There is a quickling getting his beauty sleep below you. And that's where we come in.
And what was in the bag again?
So in the bag, you had grabbed the hourglass and the notebook, I believe, as well as. Did you search for the scroll? I'm not. Don't have, unfortunately, everything else you searched for. Yeah, so I believe what you had taken from the bag, or had at one point taken out of the bag, was the scroll that the two individuals, Caleb and Philip, had presumably been searching for. Lyra's notebook and the Hourglass of Dreams.
Gotcha. Okay.
As for anything else that's in there, you don't know. It's sort of empty when you reach your hand in until you think of something, and then there it is.
Fair enough. All right. I think, did I not put the hourglass and the scroll back in and just kind of pocket the notebook, I believe?
Yes. So everything else is currently still in the bag, apart from the notebook, which you have on your possession.
Gotcha. All right. And we are back with the party, right? Sorry, it's been a few weeks, and apparently I did not take good notes last session.
Yes. You guys are back with the party atop the cliff, beneath which lies the quickling. Lim is kind of standing there with hands on hips, puffing his chest out a little bit. Yeah? Told you guys I could do it.
Well, that you did. Very good job. I say invisibly.
The notebook.
Man, I gotta learn how to do that.
Is there a notebook? Did we,
Just his bag, and he's got it somewhere.
There is an hourglass and a scroll. I do not know what else is inside the bag at the moment. If I dump it upside down, then everything will spill out. I imagine we should do that elsewhere.
Quick question. How long does the whole sleeping thing last? Should we maybe get the hell out?
Depends. Not very long. So, I guess we might want to get moving.
Yep, don't need to say it twice, and I start walking. Just kind of like pushing everybody that I can see.
Well, where to now?
may I see the bag for a moment? Just to maybe, it's in, my notebook's in the bag.
I suppose. Do we want to make sure that we are not anywhere near the quickling before the bag becomes visible?
Okay, sure.
Very well.
All right. You guys gonna head back into the woods?
Are we going to
Yes.
Asmarius? Is this what's happening?
There was a party that could bring us to the material plane was my last note. That.
Yes, there was
Yes.
an Eladrin who, to celebrate his changing of seasons, he'll go to the material plane and decide what season it is there is going to be what he is. So we need to
Yes,
find this
but-
guy.
Oh, but we need to return the
Right.
hourglass first, and then go there, right? Because we need our
Yes,
gifts.
and more than likely, the lady from Asmarius would probably know more, at least to guide us.
And what now for you, Lim? What is it you would like?
Well, if I recall, you guys have some information for me?
Yes, absolutely. Which information exactly was it you were wanting?
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like we haven't been here for a while.
Eh,
kind of
you know,
Pretty sure it was
my,
on
for
the weird
ages.
stuff coming through.
my understanding
Really?
is perhaps it's because we've been in the in this Fey realm, and time moves very, hibbity dibbity in the Fey realm.
That's a good point. It's like
It's like I am forgetting things, as if it's
60
the last
seconds.
Like a few
the
moments
last
has been
minute
like
or so has been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
could very well be, yeah. Yeah, so you were gonna tell me why you think the whole weird thing is going on with the veil, why you guys got here without knowing you got here, how those other guys got here.
Yes.
I know why. I just don't know.
What was the name? No, it's the individual Karketh,
Caleb,
I believe.
Philip?
Karketh,
Oh,
no?
that one.
Karketh is
Yeah.
is trapped. Is trapped, has been imprisoned by the Raven Queen, and is attempting to break out of his prison. And his attempts to do so are perhaps weakening the veil, since the Raven Queen is in charge of the different planes. No.
Not that anyone here would know about that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, of course not. We're just travelers who got stuck in the Feywild. It's crazy.
And if one of us has a talking sword that, all of these guys faithful are afraid of, it's just coincidence.
Honestly, it really is.
Yeah, that'd be wild if that were the case.
Yeah, talking sword that guides you to ritual places of magic that is very similar to the guys that were here also. That would be quite wild, wouldn't it?
You seem a bit tense. Would you like to hold Gerard? Not Gerard, maybe?
Who, me? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I need Gerard for a moment, yeah.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'll make her a quit knock Gerard, and I think this whole thing with the quickling is really stressed you out. It's okay, your book will show up.
Okay, I just really need that book. I'll hold Gerard very close to me.
What is it about this book that has you so concerned?
I mean, I have mentioned once or twice that it contains my, inner thoughts. I like to just, write down everything that's happened in my day, notes and observations I've noticed about the world, because, that's what humans do, is we learn, right? Through studies. So I just really need those notes.
Understandable. Now, Drew, when I am invisible, like I can see myself in my own possessions, correct? Or
Yeah.
okay.
At least you can see a translucent outline at the very least.
Gotcha. Would I be able to read a book?
What an
Lyra,
interesting.
would you
What
like
an
me to try to
interesting
loan me your
question.
notebook?
What a
I could
very
kind of
interesting
try
question.
it.
Huh?
Would you like
Can
it?
you?
Lyra's telling you what's in the book as he's flicking through.
Huh?
Yes, no, I see, I understand, yes.
So messed
Guess we'll just just the flipping of pages.
up.
Invisible. What is the definition
But
of
maybe
invisible?
we would
Oh,
hear
dear.
the flipping of pages? No?
Ooh,
Well, we
Feel
don't know
a
if that's
breeze?
happening yet. Uh, hmm.
well,
How
I think
does
unless your book is made out of lead, I think it's very hard to.
Yeah,
it was,
I don't think you'd be
actually.
because anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. So you can see roughly that you have a book,
Gotcha,
but you
okay.
cannot read the book while it is invisible.
Makes sense.
You're making me think about these things on a level that
Well, that's what I do.
you think you're prepared, and then somebody asks about the physics of
Of
invisibility.
invisibility. Well, was there anything else? Does somebody else remember more information that you might be interested in? I mean, clearly he upheld his end of the deal.
No, there was summoning this thing. It tried to murder me. Except we stopped it, which was great. Love when that doesn't happen.
When
But
things try to
apparently
wait, when
Lyra
things try to kill you, or when they don't kill you.
leave that up to your interpretation. But anyway, Lyra said, I think it was Lyra. Someone said they saw this thing, like through a thing. I think you were talking about like a dragony thing, a shadow thing.
I mean, dragon, giant lizard, who's to say, you know?
Did Lyra tell us that? I think she only told me.
I believe she did.
Maybe she mentioned. I think she did. I think she mentioned seeing something. Whatever she mentioned seeing, I tell them.
Huh.
Oh, I was hosting last time. That's why my notes are crap.
Ah, there you go.
Lynn, there is one
name. That name rings a bell. Yeah.
Wait, the name of the creature?
Yeah, Karkith?
Where from?
James?
Oh man, it was ages ago. Yeah, I just remember one time this little dragon, little baby dragon, was just sort of hopping through the woods one day. He told me his name was Karkith. Then I heard he got a lot bigger. And got into some trouble, I guess. And I never heard from him after that.
Do you remember what he did when he was here?
Oh, well, when he was here, he chased butterflies. He really, really wanted to kill and eat butterflies. But he couldn't have been more than a hatchling at that point.
How long ago was that, would you say?
If I had to guess,
25,000 years.
maybe a couple thousand years ago.
Okay. So.
Oh.
You,
I thought
a day over 1800.
Oh, thank you. Believe me, I've looked a lot older. Like a lot older. Like Ren. He's not doing so great right now.
So do you change the way you look very often?
Well, I guess. I don't
Do
really
you not feel great very often?
Oh, no, most of the time I feel great. That's why I look like this.
Well, do you agree that we have upheld our end of the deal? Is there anything else that you require? This is just some interesting information, though, that these Karkith individuals being imprisoned and individuals are attempting to help him escape.
And
Is he
honestly,
weakening the veil?
it's been the second possibly isolated group of people with the same motives that have gone across the same region in the material plane within a week of each other. If you keep an eye, you might come across more of them, I guess.
Some might call that a pattern.
Well, a pattern of two is
Two
Clearly
could
a
be a
pattern.
coincidence. Usually, 3 or more becomes a pattern, no?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, a lot to think about. You guys are a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. And now, are we off to meet Ren?
We need to.
And at this point, Like, who has been walking
with us
you guys
this whole time.
this
Yeah,
entire
Oh,
time,
yeah.
still in her
You're
shimmering
a
mage
child.
armor, kind of tugs at Tempest's sleeve. If you have the bag, does it have my crown in it?
Had a crown in there. That's right. Hey, Deziel. Deziel.
Yes.
Deziel.
Deziel walking,
Yeah.
still invisible.
I
I'm
reach in and
gonna.
I think crown.
Yeah.
Pull out, made of twigs with flowers woven through a little flower crown.
Okay. I will sleight of hand the crown onto her head.
All right, do that with advantage because you're invisible.
Fair enough. I guess I don't know what I got the first time.
Yeah. Yep. Slide that under her head without her noticing. Does he have it? Talking to Tempest.
Deziel,
Yes.
do you have it?
Do I have what?
The crown. Keep up.
Keep up. I am here with you. I do not have a crown. What does the
I
crown look like?
I point at Like and I go, "Do you mean that one?"
Huh?
Well,
She pulls down the crown. You're a wizard.
no, you're the wizard. You clearly thought this into existence.
Me?
Yeah, you were like, "Where's my crown?" And the crown appeared. Deziel clearly had no idea what we were talking about.
I'm a wizard? She looks at her hands.
You could be.
Fireball! Cast meteor swarm. No.
Oh wait, if she does that, I'm gonna subtle spell guiding bolt.
Where?
Just in the rough direction
See
wherever
the
she
direction
points.
she's pointing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
A subtle spell is you just cast it quietly.
Yeah, you don't use verbal or somatic components.
Gotcha. Yeah, you destroy a tree. So she does that, and then boom. Did anybody see that?
Yeah.
I mean, there's clearly potential here. You need to study magic. I say you ask someone in the village, maybe if they can invest in some magic books for you. I'm sure Deziel will be happily recommending some resources maybe they could look for. There's great potential here. I think your role as an adventurer is as the party wizard.
Do you have one of those?
Do you know, to be a wizard requires a lot of study, but you have potential.
I don't like study. Is there another way to get magic?
Well,
Yes.
Not meaningful ways, but
You just listen.
Excuse you.
Go to a creepy
oh well,
forest.
you could pray for it. Clearly,
Well, we clearly
there's
have
no
two
way I
really-
can just like have it.
I
I look over-
did that. I don't know if that works for everyone. I just woke up one day when I was like, woo, sparkles.
Listen, if you
But
To be
apparently
fair-
finding magic swords works as well.
Yeah,
Maybe you
to
can
be
go on a
fair-
hunt for a magic sword.
Yes.
We have
listen to the
two
whispers.
holy warriors, and we have someone who's very intertwined with magic, and we have a bookie. So there's quite a clear variety in terms of magic connection. Of course, my friend here is apparently much more entwined with her divine powers than I am, but that's besides the point.
Larry, you have divine powers?
Well, clearly,
Oh.
she is a magic user in the name of the Raven Queen. If that's not a paladin, I've never heard of one.
Am I a paladin? Is that how it works?
Oh my god, are you a paladin?
Do you have a series of rules that you have to follow?
I mean,
She's
not really.
a.
I just listen to whispers, and sometimes they tell me to do something, and I say, yeah, okay, I can do that.
And
Look,
those
that's
are
like rules
rules
to me.
that you follow. Therefore, you have an oath. Therefore, you are a paladin.
Huh.
This has been a
I feel
real
like that's how it
journey of
works,
self-discovery.
Yeah.
I mean, Lyra's a paladin. Like is obviously, you know, a witch or
The greatest
a
sorcerer.
holy warrior. I don't know, sorcerer.
You gotta find the magic sword.
This sounds like the great setup for your first adventure. You go off, you find the magic sword, and then from there you've got magic powers and you can go off and be a wild adventuring wizard, and this just sounds great. You can learn how to do this yourself. And I point to like the magic armor that she's got on.
Thought this was my first adventure.
Well, your first solo adventure, obviously. This
Oh,
is
so
like you're accompanying us, but you got to be able to put your own name in the title of your first book, you know?
Deziel kind of invisibly leans over to Amniel and says, you know, she is sending this little girl off by herself to find a magical sword and enslave herself to a god knows what creature.
I try to say as quietly as I can. And I go, well, I was going to say at least wait her to get a little bit older, maybe, perhaps. But then it hit me that this kid is probably like 400 years old. So I don't know what the hell's going on. As the conversation is going and as we're getting back close towards Asmarius, I'm going to try to keep an eye for Lynn to see if he tries to do anything shady.
All right,
Like if he runs away, I just try to steal him.
Make a perception check.
Wee. Come on, I believe in you. Yay, 24.
24. Yeah. So Lim just kind of stays with you guys, sometimes walking, sometimes floating, with his iridescent wings. You notice, though, because you're following the score marks you put in the tree, yes? Put in the trees to get back. You notice, so you're going along, and there's that one, pointing this way, and you go down for... And the next tree you see, the score mark is pointing back in the opposite direction.
Oh, you have to be shitting me.
They start walking in the other direction.
Wait. I get close to the tree. And I try to touch the tree.
It feels like a tree.
Do I feel the score mark in the same direction that I am seeing it?
Yes. This is a score mark, as far as you're aware, that was made with your glaive on a real tree. Something wrong?
Problem? Amniel, what's wrong?
I have the distinct impression that either we are walking in circles, which I find very hard considering that was the exact reason why I made these stupid score marks on these trees, or that this place likes to mess with its geography as much as it likes to mess with its time. We should be heading that way, but that score mark points backwards.
Liam, are you having
Not
fun with
me.
us?
This one's not me, guys. You were
Is this
trying to navigate, weren't you?
Well, why do you ask?
Is this the thing you were saying about we have to just really think about where we want to go?
Pretty much. The
Oh my
Feywild
God,
doesn't
I'm gonna
really
start thinking
really
hard.
like when you try to quantify it. It gets kind of frustrated and annoyed, and so it starts to mess with you if you try to define it too much.
You're saying the Feywild, like the plane itself, messes with us if we attempt any control over it.
Well, maybe not any control, but it doesn't like signs or paths or anything like that.
The plane, like the existence, the world of the Feywild.
Yeah?
Is the Feywild a cognizant entity?
Well, it acts like it's alive.
He just invisibly stares.
Yeah, you were trying to get one over on the Feywild, and doesn't really like that.
I wasn't trying to get one over on the Feywild. I was trying to
Oh
get
no, we left the wine.
and the cart and the horse. Although Tempest would probably like the last part of that sentence, but
Honestly, if we send them out here, like if we eventually get back, if we can just send them out here and just let them wander, put a few score marks in the tree to anger the Feywild and hope it just takes them. Good plan.
should I try something really stupid?
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
How much DM? How long did we walk from Asmarius to where the quickling is? Like rough estimate.
Make a survival check.
Yay!
Yep.
That's not gonna suck at all. It's actually a wisdom check, so. Nope, but I rolled a 7. So 11.
11? You were walking, you estimate, between 3 and 5 miles. Rough estimate, though. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, no, that takes my plan out of commission, fortunately.
I'm just gonna stare at the trees and think really hard.
While this is going on, DM, I would like to sleight of hand the crown off of the little girl's head and put it on Pep's head.
All right. That's 2 sleight of hand checks.
All right.
One against a little girl's passive perception. Let's see, what is Pep's passive perception? Not enough. Yeah, no one notices you. Oh no, that was just one check, wasn't it?
I was. Yeah,
Because it's your advantage. Yeah, so go ahead and make the other one. So you get it off her head, and yep, slip it right into Pep's head without either of them noticing.
It's the Feywild.
It's the Feywild.
Or Pep is also a sorcerer. I love that Emnil just sees this crown lifts and then disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, so Emma, you see it go off of the girl's head, but you don't see it. You don't see where he puts it. Deep in thought as you are, contemplating whatever plan comes to mind.
Well, we were intending to go to Asmarius, so it's not like we were walking around aimlessly. Should we try just on going?
I'm curious, Liam.
Why the snarky? Why all the snarkiness?
you're making very declarative statements.
No, I am simply saying I'm curious, Liam. If we are attempting to get somewhere, but one of us is thinking of some other place, but we are all walking together, how does that work? Does one of us just simply disappear and end up in a different place?
You're not really going anywhere, are you? If one of you is going one way, one of you is going the other. If two people have two different aims in life, but they try to keep doing the same thing, they're going to end up going nowhere.
So that's the problem. Some of us were thinking, let's go to Ismarius, and some of us were thinking, I want some wine or whatever else. And so we end up stuck in the same place.
Could be. Personally, I think it was the arrows in the tree. But who knows?
So if we just walk and I'll point to a direction like that's not marked and completely random. If we walk that way and just think to ourselves, we want to go here with no clear path, we will get to where we want. Maybe.
Probably.
Okay.
That's how it usually works.
I'll start walking in the place I pointed. This seems right, guys.
Okay, everybody.
Worst thing you
The
can do around
journal-
here is wander aimlessly. Oh yeah,
The
that's a
journal-
journal.
The wine and everything else that anybody else wants is all in Ismarius. So let's all think, let's go to Ismarius.
If we say Ismarius out loud over and over again, will that also help? Like, is it an internal thing, or can we externally put it out there? I can sing it.
Well, we've got to test it
Dance it.
We got to test it scientifically, right? We got to try all of them, I
Okay.
think. Singing. Yes, we should do singing. All of us.
Can't we? Like is still with us, right?
Mhm.
Hey, like, do you know how to get home?
Uh-huh.
Okay, can you show us the way?
Sure.
That's very intelligent, Pep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get to the wine before,
Of course.
I'm
Motivation.
I'm consistently
Inebriated.
sipping my
Heavily inebriated.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I'm sipping my water skin a little too frequently. Yeah.
All right. Well, with your new purpose in mind, you walk through the woods in a direction. And within just a few minutes, you start to see the outskirts of the town. And Lim stops and I'm gonna leave you guys here. So have fun in the town. Hopefully I'll see you at Ren's party.
Just how do we get there? Do we simply think Ren's party and then we end up there?
More or less. It'd help more if you knew the name. Sparrow Hall.
Sparrow Hall.
That's where he goes, but there are a couple things I should probably warn you about. It's comparatively speaking a long ways away. So you'll have to pass through a few things to get there. I don't know what, because different for everybody, but you'll pass through something before you get there, and he usually likes to have a puzzle, just to get in, and then his parties always have weird rules. He never tells us what they are before we get there, but just be prepared for some weird stuff. Last year, he only took people to the material plane who could balance a spoon in their mouth with an egg on it for like 10 minutes. Those are the
10
people he let in.
Okay, I think we can
Yeah,
do
that was hilarious. I don't know, it's different every time.
Is there gonna be wine?
Is there gonna be wine? Yeah, Rin's a raging alcoholic.
We have to go. I think. I think this is the clue, guys. This is the way out.
Makes sense.
If Faye had liver, he would have cirrhosis.
Just when you're traveling through the Feywild, just keep in mind, always make sure you know where you're going. No monkey business, generally speaking. And don't get stuck staring at your shoes so much you miss what's flashing right in front of your face.
That sounds oddly suspiciously specific, but sure.
That's it.
Well, we appreciate all of the suggestions, and hopefully we will see you soon in Sparrow Hall.
Hope to see you there.
Thank you, by the way. You certainly upheld your end of the bargain. I hope we have done the same.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Okay.
I don't usually get to have this much fun. Usually people I have fun with are very angry with me. Try to hit me with things. So this is nice.
That's terrible. Speaking of which,
Me too.
when will the quickling creature be waking up? Do you know?
Oh, I think he'll probably be awake by now.
Oh, yeah. Well, he has no idea where we went. Okay.
Yeah,
But-
so just keep an eye open. I mean, he's really fast.
Does he tend to go to the material plane?
I think he's been there on occasion.
Okay.
But he may be a little bit too small for the veil to really reach, but still takes a lot of effort on his part.
Is there some way to keep him away? To protect ourselves from him?
Kill him. That would do it.
That does not seem very
That
fun.
would keep it. No, but it would keep him away. Like he wouldn't bother you again after that.
Wait, could we kill him creatively, like in a fun way?
I mean, ideally, yeah.
Any recommendations? Anything you've tried on him that didn't work?
Not him, but there was this gnome once.
Perhaps if we had a bag of a sticky tar substance which could tangle his feet if he tries running near us.
And then we set it on fire.
Ooh, I like that. Fireworks.
Well, okay.
Yes.
You guys don't know what fireworks are.
Oh, I thought you were saying that fire works.
Yes.
To kill him.
Yeah, that's definitely what I said.
Okay. Are there things called
Not any-
fireworks?
Not here.
Okay. A different plane?
For a place with no rules, people are pretty cagey around here.
We see it here a lot of things. That some very powerful beings aren't very happy with people hearing or seeing. So
Well, they say nothing kills a plot like too much exposition.
precisely. That's why this is a dialogue.
Indeed.
That's how I lost an ear once. Was hearing something I shouldn't have.
Well, it seems we have reached
I did.
Ismarius. We're in town. Are you in town?
I'm
Or
sorry?
Are you leaving?
Your what town?
We're in town. Are you in town as well?
I'm as close as I want to be.
Very well. He waves invisibly as if the guy could see him.
Then flutters up in the air and begins to float away.
Has it been an hour since we have we been walking an hour? Not quite.
Not just yet. You can't drop invisibility? No, you can't.
I
Wow.
can.
Oh, because you can drop concentration. Yeah. So no, it has not quite been an hour.
Cool. I would like to beeline to the head table. Well, is there a head table? Where is our lovely Queen of Ismarius?
Well, she's not in the dining hall, although there is a larger, bit more nicely done house kind of towards the center of town. That you take maybe could be hers.
But we don't see you leave, right? Because you're invisible, so we're just standing around while you walk off.
Just Lyra. Yeah, I don't see her. Lyra, hold your hands out.
Oh, okay.
He just puts the hourglass right in her hands.
It's not a
Yep, so
journal.
into your hands falls a glass, iridescent blue hourglass.
Yeah, can I trade this for a journal maybe that maybe is in the bag?
I could not find it. I do not currently find a journal in the bag.
Can I try maybe to find a journal in the bag? Just maybe you don't really think about it too hard, like, you know, I have a personal connection to the
Certainly.
journal. Okay, thank you.
I pull the hourglass out of her hand. She is clearly disappointed with, and I put the bag of holding in her hand.
I reach my hand in. You got my journal.
Do pick up on the doesn't currently find it in the bag.
Very carefully worded statement. You find nothing. Your hand just kind of digs around in empty space for a while.
I don't know what to do with this information that I'm currently facing. Maybe
Was somebody was
Quicklings burn books that they read, maybe, right? Maybe he read it so fast he burned the pages and the journal no longer exists.
perhaps this is the Fey realm after all? Anything could happen.
Okay. So, okay, I guess I'll take the hourglass since I have nothing to my name anymore that's important.
I trade her the hourglass for the bag again.
Okay, thank you.
I think you hurt your sword's feelings.
Well, it's important, but it doesn't tell secrets to others. It only tells it to me, so...
He kind of elbows and lightly in the ribs.
Ow!
Lightly. And you feel something like kind of brushing against your
very
hand, like
frail.
he's handing you something.
I will try to grasp.
He puts the scroll in your hand. It seems like of all of us, you should be the one to have this, whatever it says.
Oh, okay.
So we have an hourglass to deliver. We have a scroll, which I guess somebody should open and read. You seem the best of all of us. And then we have a party to attend.
I agree we should look at this scroll, but I think we should first deliver the hourglass and
Just
this in another moment. And I open a little bit of my vest, and there's kind of like almost like a belt thingy inside. It's not quite a pocket, but it's where you can place a few things, and I leave the scroll there and I close my vest back up. We'll give a look at that as soon as we deliver the hourglass.
very well. One of the houses that we were given is still available to us, I assume?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Since our hostess is not immediately visible and the quickling may be showing up who knows when, let's all go to the house where I spent the evening before the invisibility wears off. Quickly, just not for very long, just for a moment. If anybody would like to accompany me, that's where I'm going. And I start heading that way.
All right. Is anyone going to follow him?
I'll go with him.
I'll go also.
Yes. I'll go too.
I'll tell Like to go off into town and to start researching her magic skills.
He kind of frowns, then nods and goes off. Still has the mage armor, right? Because that lasts for
Yeah,
8 hours. Still have.
Oh, Pep, give like her crown back. By the way, she might want that later.
What crown?
Pep is wearing a crown. The crown you're wearing.
I don't have time for your nonsense, Deziel. Okay?
Hey!
And I
Give me
start
the
walking
crown back!
away.
Hey! And she follows you.
Stop following me.
Give me my
I start
crown
running.
back!
I start running. Stop following me.
Points a finger, cast disintegrate.
Tries to keep up. Trip him! She throws her hands out.
I should not guiding bolt my friend.
As the spellcasters all look at how we can help her do this.
Ooh, wait, I've got this one. I'm gonna shatter the ground in front of him, but like just so he's on the edge of it, so it doesn't damage him. 'Cause it'll non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also take damage. So I'm gonna aim for like a something in his path to damage it.
You're casting shatter?
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm aiming not to kill him,
so-
okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you're one of the highest spells you can.
Yeah,
to
meanwhile,
troll.
I'm not wasting my second level spell. To
Yeah,
try
so
and help this.
can you click that through on D&D Beyond so we can read the description?
If I do that, does it send it?
It should.
Nope, hold on. Let me see if I can send the description through.
Okay, well, he has failed the saving throw. Assuming it is Constitution.
Hold on.
And assuming that
gonna-
your spell save DC is higher
How do
than
I
9.
decide? Hold on. Would it make
All
more
of a
sense to do
sudden-
shatter, or would it make more sense to just guiding bolt the ground in front of him? No, because it has to be a creature, I think. Hold on. Display in VTT. Haha!
Loud ringing was painfully intense. Current. Ooh.
Loud ringing noise.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't think it through. Tempest didn't think it through. This is gonna go well.
So, and that is a Constitution saving throw. He has failed. So roll 3d8.
Aiming
Wow.
for him though. I was aiming in front of him.
She did say
if
she
he's
was
in
aiming
So
ahead.
what?
I guess.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is
Okay,
get
so
them in
do
front
you-
of him because I can pick a point.
Right. Do you
Don't
want
be
him
creeped
out of the radius?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get him with it. What I'm trying to do is
Okay.
shatter like the ground in front of him or something in front of him so he like trips over it. Because she did say trip
Okay.
him, not murder him.
All right. So that's fair. So he's kind of running, and there's maybe a fallen log or an old tree stump, just a little ways in front and to the right of you, Pap. That all of a sudden just blasts open. So make a dexterity saving throw to try and avoid these shards of wood. 18. Unfortunately, you are just fine. As the wood chips just smack against you.
Whoa, little girl, you need to be careful with that.
She looks at you and just, ah.
Yeah, stay away, you runt.
You too, like.
I point a finger at that and I yell trip and I cast command.
Ah! Yes, okay. We'll make a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous.
No.
A night. So Pep, you're running, and you look back and you think, huh, stupid kid. And then you hear Mnail from just a ways away trip, and you think, what a great idea. How funny would it be if I just fell flat? You smack onto your face, just throwing yourself into it, sliding a couple feet,
I
gravel
high-five
and dirt
Blake.
just all in your face.
Does the crown fall off his head?
Oh yeah, the crown spills and tumbles away.
Rolls sadly.
It stays on its edge and rolls for about 20 feet.
Pep turns back and unleash a barrage of punches him. Sorry, you weren't stopping. You had her crown.
I'll remember this.
I got a cask of ale for you back at the cart.
Not anymore, you don't. And I run.
All right.
I head
He
to
takes
my
off.
little abode.
Yes, you enter your hut.
Is anyone following Pep or following me?
I'm following you.
The rest of you are
Yeah,
going.
I
Yes.
would let Pep go away on his own. No,
Okay.
isn't that kind of like a bad idea?
Yeah,
So-
split the party. Fantastic.
Yeah. I get in the abode, and like when I get there immediately, I dump the bag out onto the table.
Okay. So did you do that? Now, did you put the hourglass back in?
No, the
I
hourglass
believe I
has-
gave it back to
Lyra.
Lyra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So Lara has that.
Can I put the hourglass like,
Overturn the bag.
under my shirt and like hold it? So, because I'm still kind of paranoid about this quickling, so it's like under the shirt,
You can do that.
holding it to my body. Okay.
Make a sleight of hand check, just for how well you sort of conceal it.
Okay.
You never know.
Okay.
There are some in this party who like to snag
Yeah.
things from people.
That is very true.
16 is pretty well hidden.
What a
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what shade. Ooh.
It's not shade. It's just true. I never said it was a bad thing. Yeah, so you tuck it under and hold on to that for the time being. Out of the bag turns over and well, things start spilling out. Not very many, but there is a salt and pepper shaker, two separate shakers, in the form of mushrooms that spill out. There is a garden goblin, the garden gnome, it's a goblin. As well as I didn't have this pulled up. That one is on me. There's a comb set. Looks like it was a hand-carved set of combs, just spills out, and just mainly other odds and ends. It looks like maybe they would not have value, but would have sentimental value. Maybe more so than anything else. Of course, I cannot find the table that I was using for some reason. That's not what I want. Okay. But yeah, so just odds and ends, personal effects, things like that.
Okay.
So there's a nice little pile on the floor or
Uh,
table, wherever you decide to dump it.
I drop the invisibility while people walk in. Yeah, just on the table. Well, this is everything that was left in the bag. Amniel, can you tell if any of this is worth anything? Magically, as they say.
You give me 10 minutes, I can probably tell you. Do we have 10 minutes?
Perhaps we should check later, no? And deliver the hourglass before it disappears again.
Yes, I can do that, definitely. Do it now.
I mean,
By-
aren't you guys curious what it does, though?
Yeah, can we kind of try it out before we tell them we have it?
Right?
Yeah.
It helps you sleep, no? It helps you sleep.
Well, that's what they say it does. Maybe they don't even know what it does. Maybe they do know and they didn't tell us.
It's Very good point.
I'll have to agree
Perhaps.
with Tempest on.
But if you don't know what it does, then how do you intend to use it?
We can try a bunch of
Can't
things.
any of us look at it and figure out what it does?
Lyra,
That's
perhaps
a good plan.
perhaps you should turn it upside down on the table so the sand starts leaking out.
Okay.
And hold on to it while you do that.
I also, love naps, so I'm gonna try to do that as well, just to see. Maybe they were telling the truth. So, and I'll just like
So
immediately.
you're gonna sit and sleep.
Yes. Yes. I think this is a really good
Okay.
idea. There's a bed in your room, right? Or
Yes?
okay, I'll just like
Well, me.
crawl in the bed and like kind of flip it over and like cuddle. Well, can't really cuddle it. Kind of hold it while I'm falling asleep.
Sure you
I
can.
don't know. Okay, yeah, sure.
All right. Because
Me
you
too.
are here's the funny thing. Because you are trying to go to sleep, you do not get
Oh,
to make a
no.
wisdom save.
Oh no!
She goes in there, and it gets quiet, and maybe one of you peeks in the room, to a peacefully snoring Lyra, who is
No, I'm totally standing there while she's trying to fall asleep, just
Okay.
staring at her.
Yeah, it's like an odd-
she maybe kind of gives you a look, but then just and falls into a
dear God.
peaceful sleep.
Well, I guess she'll sleep for more than
Anticlimactic.
10 minutes. So I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on all the garbage that was in the bag. Ritual cast.
Meanwhile, I'm going to put my hand on the hilt of her sword and whisper, Miss Raven Queen, are you there? Are you there?
What an asshole.
You
The
get no
eyes
response.
just
Is that
painted
an
on you, just
asshole?
staring at you.
Like, what's wrong with that? I'm not taking it.
Hey, you in there?
Well, it's
Wow,
got eyes
new
on
stuff
it, so
going
just
on.
staring at you as you do it. Like,
It's true. You painted the smiley face.
You hear nothing from within the sword.
I go over and I yell, "What up, bitch? Kellenvor's bet." No, just kidding.
So, after a few minutes, I attempt to remove. Okay, well, I touch the hourglass. Does it immediately have any effect on me? Like, I'm not trying to fall asleep. Because I'm going to try and remove the hourglass from her grip to see if she immediately wakes up or not, is my intent.
Yes, you just easily pull it. I mean, she is asleep.
Okay.
Just immediately pull it from her. And as it's falling, the shades are still kind of obscuring enough light right now to make the room nice and quiet and restful. And you watch
I
the
drop it.
sands fall.
I drop.
Okay, yeah. It just clatters to the floor.
I hope it doesn't break because it is an hourglass, not an hour.
Well,
of
it
city.
is a glass hourglass as well, but no, it appears to be made of hardened glass. Or you know how sometimes glass bottles, like they drop and they just do not break, no matter
Yeah.
what you do. It's like that. It rolls along the floor, and you kind of immediately, oh, that was a close one.
Ooh, that's a great Deziel impression. I love it.
Well,
But it does not have any more immediate effect on you, although Lyra is still
so sleep.
snoring away.
And
Can I work it into the bag?
Just scoop everything back in.
No, scoop
As
the
he's-
hourglass back.
Oh,
into
the
bag.
hourglass, yeah.
Because he's Amniel is like casting his stuff in there.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to put the hourglass back.
Yeah,
in the
you
bag.
can just put it in there.
I was
No
gonna say I
problem.
was gonna slap your whistle, like. Get him.
You are ritual casting. You don't even know what's happening in the other room.
Sure, okay.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. You said you were ritual casting while she's sleeping.
Yes, but I am quite perceptive. And dropping something.
Yes, you
But
definitely
sure.
hear you hear that, but you are focusing on your ritual, and after 10 minutes, you kind of
Noise
and
slapping.
there is a faint faint glow of evocation around the garden goblin.
Huh. I pick it up. How big is it? Like this big?
It's like the size of a garden gnome, so maybe
A foot
18
tall?
inches, foot and a half, yeah.
I look over. Is Tempest here with me? I go over like,
Actually, what I'm doing is I have the salt and peppermint mushroom shakers, and I'm switching the salt and the pepper so that when we return them, they're just going to be really sad for their first meal.
I go over and I go, that's all just mundane things. This, though, this is, I don't know if enchanted, if it's imbued with magic. It seems to be the kind of like explosive type of magic. I don't really use it that much. So I don't really know.
I hold my hands out for the garden goblin.
Sure.
All right, and he hands you a goblin figurine that is kind of hunched over and holding a lantern. Just has a snarling expression on its face. The yellow eyes that just kind of pierce you.
I'm gonna glare at it, match its expression here. And then I'm gonna shake it. Does it do anything?
No, it doesn't do anything.
Hello? Is there anyone in there? Do you do anything? I'm gonna like turn it over, see anything. I'm
This is
gonna
just
start just like
this is if they remade Aladdin.
Anyone
Anyone in there? Nothing
yeah, I'm
appears
gonna
to
see if I can
happen.
see anything like inscribed on it.
Do you have any active and not Gerards in the vicinity? Don't
Active,
believe
not
so, but
Gerards. No, the one I had would have
Yeah.
faded now, I
yeah,
believe.
okay. All right.
I
Then
might-
nothing happens.
Yeah, what else can I do to this guy? I'm gonna cast friends on the garden goblin.
It worked for a minute.
All right.
It'll
You
work for
have
59
cast friends on
seconds.
the goblin. Nothing happens at the moment.
Because
so while
it is an inanimate object.
I'm sorry, hold on, wait. What is the exact description of friends?
Exact description of friends
It's a
is
creature.
that.
There's one creature of your choice. Okay. Yeah, so nothing
That's kind of
happens.
why I wanted to try it. Okay, so it's not like
not
a
technically a
frozen
creature.
actual
No.
goblin. Okay. Didn't react weirdly to the magic or anything though. Okay.
So while I'm watching this practitioner of wild magic fruitlessly play with this thing, would my knowledge of Arcana have any idea of, hints I could give her on how to activate it? If not, then that's fine.
You can make an Arcana check. Yeah, you know exactly what this is. And growing up, you actually might have seen one, or perhaps someone you knew owned one, or something similar. These are garden gnomes, not gnomes, the D&D thing. Don't get it confused, because this one's a goblin. That are lightly enchanted, or made as constructs or something of that nature, that are designed to repel small beasts from a garden. So keeping out rodents and bugs and things like that, with just slight bits of evocation magic to scare them away or fry them, in the case of bugs.
And it just happens automatically.
Essentially.
So horde of
Whenever a small creature sort of enters its vicinity.
a small horde of ants comes over and just goes wall of fire.
It's just, yeah.
I scan the room for a cockroach or anything of the sort.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
$14. There is a cricket, a kind of rather large cricket. You could just hear chirping in your ear. You're just able to see it in the corner of the room, chirping away.
Can I catch it?
You can try. Dexterity, acrobatics.
Okay.
Yep. So you slip over and then clap your hands together. And when you sort of peek through them, there is a cricket.
So while she's doing this, I will gather the cricket in one hand, and I will walk over and I say, Miss Tempest, I believe perhaps this is what you're looking for. And he'll hold his hand out, flat, with the cricket on it, near the goblin.
Near the goblin?
Yes.
All right. So when you open your hand, the goblin's eyes glow yellow, and the light in its lantern from the lantern from the center goes a little spark of electricity, and the cricket comes up in the air and lands back a small, charred, dead cricket.
I immediately put this thing with my stuff. Whoever owned it doesn't own it anymore.
Yes. Okay. He pulls the little roasted cricket out of it, and he offers it to Tempest. Would you like a snack?
Have I eaten crickets before? I've absolutely eaten crickets before I eat the cricket.
Okay.
Eat the cricket. It's burnt, so like it's a little
Ugh. I spit it back out again.
too, it's got that kind of burnt taste, but it's a
The
cricket.
Maillard reaction.
It's not bad.
No, it's burnt. I let it fall out again. Not the best thing you've ever cooked, Deziel.
Well, I didn't
Well-
cook it. Your little goblin did.
We're not
Blame
getting
the tool or blame the chef.
our cleanliness fee back from this Airbnb. Since is anyone gonna try to like? Lyra?
He casts prestidigitation and cleans up the chewed cricket.
And it's,
Thank you. Should we try to wake
we
up?
got to get
Lyra?
our deposit back.
What
Should
about our knickknacks?
should we try to wake up Lyra, or look at the scroll and just forget Pep ever existed?
No, I mean, well, do we have to do both things? We could look at the scroll and still remember that Pep is drinking the ale.
Yeah, that escalated really quickly.
Yes. Should we do something useful and then hate our friend?
No, my question is because I didn't exactly catch where he was heading to, so he could very well be anywhere by now, by going by what Lynn said.
This is true. But he was running very quickly, and since we did not follow him, we can only hope he is in one of the two places he is likely to be here, or we will catch up to him wherever in the Fey realm he may be. These sparrows place.
Next week, guys, Monday's campaign with Just Pep, Wednesday's the party campaign.
Yeah.
Pep's adventures through the Feywild.
Yeah.
When you meet back up with
yeah.
him, you're level 14.
Sparrow. Yeah.
And who would teach Lyra how to run?
And he is somehow level 2, like he's just been drinking and lost a level.
Right.
We should probably just wait.
Well, perhaps we should look at the scroll real quick. I mean, if it takes but a few seconds, no?
And I open the scroll back on the table.
Lovely. I will send it to you.
Can we read the scroll?
You can.
Okay.
It is in, most of it is in common.
I was hoping it'd be in Elven, because most of us can read that.
Well, I think you can all read common, right?
Yes.
Hopefully. Let's see. Emil, what languages do
When
you
Elven is the
speak?
new common.
I speak Common, Elvish, Undercommon, and Celestial.
All right. So you cannot read the incantation at the bottom. Do any of you speak Draconic?
Yes!
I knew it. I knew it was going to be fun.
What a
As-
wizard.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, yes, Emil, would you mind? Well, I guess you could do whatever you want. Having read this scroll.
Well, he said he laid it out on the table.
Okay, he's letting it out. Okay. So you all can read.
Yeah.
Now, would one of you mind reading it aloud for the lovely ladies and gents at home?
I can read it. It says, one bundle of raven's feathers works best with feathers from flasks, as they seem to have the closest connection with the shadow veil. Begonia flowers, ashes mixed. One enchanted dagger used to draw blood. The type of enchantment is immaterial, so as long as infused with magic, it'll suffice. One sample of blood of the spell is affected most by the blood type and quantity of blood used. The small amount is taken from a rodent is sufficient to breach the veil, but the spell will be at its most powerful when a human or other sentient creature is bled dry. How awful, Jesus Christ. One piece of chalk or coal, one heart of obsidian infused at the altar. Draw the sigil where you wish the summoning to take place. Spread the ash within as lay the feathers along the edge. With the obsidian heart placed on the center, make a cut with the dagger and allow the blood to catalyze the spell as you speak the words. And then it's gibberish.
Well, not to one of you. So I think you're the only one who can speak and read and whatnot Draconic.
Well,
yes?
I guess of the three of us, at least. I guess.
Of those of you
I'm
that
gonna
are,
pretend like
yeah.
I can read it. I'm gonna nod very insightfully and say, interesting.
Make the cut with the dagger and allow the blood to catalyze the spell while you speak the words. Esau le malea etosina mai. Oh, you want it in English?
He speaks that, and
I
we're
mean,
all
you
sucked in.
don't have to read it to them if you don't want to.
The despoiler. This is the name of the creature, Karketh, correct?
From what I can recall, did we get a dagger from one of them?
Yes, we did.
Who has it?
I do. I have a couple of daggers, actually.
Did we get a piece of obsidian from that weird place outside?
We also
I
have
have
some
it.
feathers.
I have a couple pieces of obsidian as well.
Yes, and I have feathers, and I have blood. Now, what the hell are begonia flowers?
I have
One
blood.
bundle of raven's feathers, begonia flowers, mixed ashes, one enchanted dagger used to draw blood, which we have, a sample of blood, however much a sample may be, a piece of chalk or coal, I believe I have a piece of chalk, and a heart of obsidian infused at the altar, which I assume one of these has been.
I open the other side of my vest, and there are 3 vials, like test tube size vials of blood that I carry around. And I go, well, it says that it doesn't need that much blood, so I guess that we have covered.
I don't know that we should attempt to cast this ritual, though. You know, we have stopped 2 different individuals from casting it, so I don't think that we should then turn around and do it ourselves.
Well,
I mean, I didn't have this on my to-do list today, but I mean, I'm always up for an adventure, you know?
I mean, do you know you can read what it says at the bottom, no?
No. I can't, sorry.
Yeah, no, I definitely can.
Ah, well, by all means, would you please enlighten our holy friend as to why he would not want to cast this ritual? As per, what is written in Draconic at the bottom.
Well, I mean, from everything that we're saying earlier, it doesn't seem like this is the kind of guy that we want to summon. He is called the Despoiler for a reason, and bad things happen when you drag people through the plains, and the Raven Queen locked him in there for a reason. So if we let him out again, the whole veil could collapse. This is exactly written here in Draconic.
Sure,
That's
but
the language that it is. I know that.
So,
but where does it say that it will summon him? It says it'll pierce the veil. We may be able to get the hell
right
out
here.
of here.
I'm just going to point to a random part of the Draconic and say, yep, will summon the Despoiler.
yeah, you don't understand a single word of what it says, do you?
I feel like translations are open to interpretation. If you don't agree with my translation, that's okay. You can offer a different one. But I am more of the my method is more of the gets intent across rather than the exact translation. But I know that it's very controversial in the translation world, the kind of translation you're going for. So
He looks at her and in Draconic says, "You are a fucking buffoon."
I'm gonna roll a dice to decide what my action is. Because knowing Deziel, it's either an insult or it's like something funny. So
It's
one
amazing because Draconic
or both. It could be both.
or both. Okay. One, it's insulting. Two, it's funny. Three, it's both. I just start laughing. But yep. That's so hilarious, Deziel. Your jokes are better in Draconic.
In common, he says, actually in Elvish, he says, "Thank you for proving my point."
And I speak in Celestial, and I go, I do not want you to feel left out. He can be a bit needler sometimes, but he's a good person. I switch back to common, and I go, okay, so what does it say then?
He says, "May the despoiler come, drawn by the words of the faithful. Accept the gift of blood. Accept, not accept, but accept, like if you are to accept a gift of blood, brought of pain, and return from your covered tomb." The tomb, like a grave, like a tomb.
Return from the tomb, as in he will return. It'll bring him back. My translation was not that far off. I'm just saying.
Yes, of course. At the beginning where it says, "May the despoiler come," would have been a very good first clue that this could be a summoning ritual.
That's fair. To be fair, I did not have that bit of information to go out of.
No, it's understandable. But I do not personally think we should cast this ritual, especially right now.
Probably.
Perhaps ever.
Quick side question, secondary, very quick. Should we burn this then? Should we?
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing. I don't think this thing needs to exist anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Me not likey. Me want to rip it.
Let me make a few notes real quick. I'm going to open the spell book that I got. Actually, I'll take the one that I got from the witch. And I'm going to kind of shorthand, alternating between Draconic and Elvish. Basically do a shorthand of what is apparently some type of summoning ritual that maybe one day in the future I will be able to use to summon something else.
All right.
As soon as I see Deziel finish that, I go over and I cast Thaumaturgy, and I make a sound go, "Wake up, Lyra!"
Lyra can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. That's
Were you going to burn this?
yeah, sure. Fire's not my specialty, but I guess we can just burn it with normal fire.
And from Lyra's room, you hear as that has apparently failed to wake her.
Wow, does she always sleep like this? I kind of gently like shake her.
Lyra, make another wisdom save.
Perhaps you should allow Lyra. This is a good idea. You should let Lyra do the burning, and that way she can make her queen happy, no?
That sounds like a good idea. By this point, I completely lose notion of the force that I'm using, and I'm just shaking her like this.
Her head's bouncing off of the headboard.
She's now awake. Just
Oh,
and Lyra, you have received the effects of a short rest in this time.
yeah.
In the 15 or so minutes you've been asleep.
Precisely who would benefit the most from it.
That's why I took a nap. I was like,
She may have benefited more if you'd let her sleep.
oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, the quickling, it's here. We okay?
Yes, you should burn this. You
Oh.
should burn this for your queen.
Okay. I can.
He holds the scroll out. You
Sure.
should burn this. I believe your queen wants this to be burnt.
Okay. Thanks.
And perhaps you make her happy and she won't lead us into some crazy doom in the middle of the evening.
We did good, okay? We stopped.
Yes,
things.
we did. And this is a culmination of some small portion of the good we are doing.
Okay.
So you should be the one.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. She'll appreciate this too. Can I burn this scroll with green flame blade? Like, I know it's not really like.
You certainly can. You
Okay.
certainly can.
So I'll
Oh,
do that. I'll
using
just-
the queen's sword to burn
Yeah.
it. Ooh.
I'll just ignite my sword and hold it under the scroll and let it light on fire.
We probably
When he
should
sees
do-
that she's going to do that, he takes a couple steps back.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that indoors.
In a
fine.
wooden house, yeah.
Too late.
All the time.
It's on fire. So yeah, quickly the green flames lick up and start to
It's also covered
your
in
hand.
paint, so that probably gets really interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's already a green flame, and then with the lead of the paint.
Yeah. So the ink flares, and you're holding a burning scroll
Okay.
that is quickly moving up in a wooden house towards your hand.
Help! I didn't think this through. Is there? I'll just run out the door to try to get outside. With
Okay.
this
Yes,
burning
it's
scroll.
not burn the wooden house.
Yeah.
It's burn the forest.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
At that point, you see a bear go bipedal and go, only you can stop forest fires.
It's the Feywild. It can happen.
But I'll throw it on the ground when I get outside and stomp on it.
Make a dexterity acrobatics check. Not a saving throw, just a check.
Okay. Acrobatics here.
While this is going on, I'm gonna send like a little notcherad and ask it to go find Pep at the wine, wherever we left the wine, and just say, "Hey Pep, we found salt and pepper shakers and set fire to something. If you want to come back, we're in Deziel's house." I'll send it fluttering off.
All right. What form does this not Gerard take?
It's gonna be a paper plane, but it's got like a little notcherad person sitting in it.
I don't think you know what a plane is.
Oh,
Rather, Tempest would know what a plane is.
Do you think that people could have like come up with paper planes but called them something different? Like, what would they be
Yes,
called?
they would have called if
Paper
if you could think of what they would be called reasonably enough, then I'll give it to you.
It'll be a paper crane for now because I can't think of what the best name for it would be. I'll
Alright.
workshop it.
Paper crane. Gotcha.
But there's a little notcher rod sitting in it.
All right. Easy enough. Yep, Lyra, you're just able to get the remains of the scroll out of your hand before it burns you, and stomp it out into ashes. Book burning and starting forest fire. That's the theme of today. We burn books and start fires.
I go outside looking for Lyra and I go, well, are you rested? You seem to be on quite a powerful slumber.
Yeah, actually, I had a really good sleep. I dreamt a really nice dream, and I don't think they were lying. It was very peaceful. Hey, I wanted
That's
to ask
nice.
you, by the way, you remember that one time we were chasing an object that you could somehow find? Could you do that with my journal?
I could. I don't see why not, but I don't. Well,
I'll owe you the biggest favor if you could do this for me. I was thinking maybe the changeling accidentally burned it when he flipped the pages too fast, but I just want to make sure it's not like, still a book that's lying around with all my secrets.
sure.
Perhaps at the end of the day, when we have used whatever spells we may need to make it through this apparently dangerous journey through the Feywild.
Well, we're just gonna go give the hourglass and get a.
And then we are going to the Sparrow Hut.
Sparrow's
No?
Hall.
Sparrow's Hall, no?
Is it?
You don't remember the warnings we were just given.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
I could be mistaken. Not completely unrelated. I will help you. I will make sure to be save myself a bit for that. But quick, actual important question: isn't the party like a week from now? I could be misremembering it.
no, it
The
was.
party, if you recall, is whenever it begins when all the guests arrive.
Well, we're not guests, so it could begin irregardless of us there or not.
If you're there, you're guests.
I hate this place.
Just, and now he knows, he will be knowing that we are coming, and so I imagine they will be expecting us.
Look, I think it's not a bad idea for us to get moving, because at least it is quite a large area that I can cover with my spell.
Yeah, I was just thinking
So-
before we leave this area, because this was the last clue we had to my journal. So if we could do it in this vicinity before we leave, that would be great. But I agree.
Well, the last place your journal was seen was either with the quickling or in the material plane, no?
I mean, oh.
Sure.
Is
Okay.
this a thing you have prepared for the day, or?
Yes. Look, I agree with her. She clearly needs it, and she will not be on her. Although I will waste a bit of my power, I think it's best that she is mentally.
Perhaps we should deal with the hourglass first and
Well,
find out what gifts we are getting from the queen before
think-
something happens to the hourglass.
Can we
They are not
do
mutually
both?
exclusive, though.
Yeah, I don't like. Some of us
Fair
could give over the hourglass, while Amniel is just, I just need you to just throw
Can
it
I
out in the
make-
air and just see where it is. That's all. If it's not in
Can
your
I make
range, I'll give up.
a check as to why Deziel is being so dismissive of this?
Sure.
DM, can I?
Jeez, Deziel.
Yeah, I suppose you're not being deceptive.
I'm just saying we should save.
You're just so you're attempting to persuade. Yeah, so make persuasion against Amnel's insight.
If DM, you think that's not applicable, I just figured because since I have a reasonably high passive
Yeah.
insight, I could
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of that something's kind of a little sketchy.
Maybe.
21.
All right, against persuasion. Oh,
Oh,
my
fuck me.
gosh.
So I persuade you, I suppose, to wait until
Yeah.
later.
Well,
Look,
Deziel is a brutally practical person. Even when your stuff was stolen, he was, oh well, they took it from us, we
Well,
got that.
apparently I'm an old Jewish guy now. Well,
Fine,
you
okay.
know, they took it from us.
Deziel Stein. Look, Lara, I think let's think of it this way. The Feywild is not geographically similar to where we were. So even if your book has been left behind, I would be able to sense it, even if I did it later today.
Okay.
We will not leave it behind, I promise. You have my word.
Okay. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate you even considering it. So, thank you.
Wow, that is very, very sad and a little bit manipulative. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
all right. Well,
This whole situation sucks. I'm feeling like I'm being manipulated from two sides. I hate this.
oh man,
You made me
that
roll
was
for
coming.
mine. Like,
And
Oh,
you would have used your fucking chrono shift because I fucking know you.
actually, I forgot I had it. So thanks for reminding me. I will save that for later. I forgot that was even a thing.
all right. Well, before we get on to your rewards, let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Yeah.
It's getting on 9 o'clock, so we'll be back in just a few minutes, hopefully, if we can all, once we leave, remember how to get back here. It's been a while.
It's right now.
See you all after the break.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone here had a nice time during our break. But we will slide right back in. And you guys were going to find Lady Elise, is that correct?
Should we find
Yes,
Pep
indeed.
first and then Lady?
I think that's
Find
not
who first?
idea.
Pep. Oh, he.
Perhaps
Muscly.
this would be a good idea, no?
I think maybe just, make sure he's still in this realm, first off, for this plane. It's a good thing. So we can check by the wine. And then.
I think he's still in this realm because I
Okay.
sent someone to go find him.
Oh.
I don't think it works if they don't know where, if they like the place doesn't exist or something, right? I don't know. Maybe there's a Notcherad out there flying around aimlessly, waiting to
sad.
die in 10 minutes.
The strongest cantrip ever. It plane shifts Gerard.
So
Well, we can shift towards Gerard if we'd like. He flies through the air, through the town, looking for Pep, and he finds him at the cart, or at the carriage, if I'm not mistaken. Where Pep is doing
That's where I
what?
sent him. I don't think I can specifically tell it to find people. That feels like too much power. But I sent it to the cart, so if he's there.
All right, yeah. So Pep, you're sitting there drinking, I presume. And see flitting around one of the buildings, a paper crane floating through the air that comes to rest on the seat of the cart, the front seat of the carriage.
I use it to wipe my mouth. And then I proceed to get the horses attached to the cart.
Okay.
And then I want to ride the horses in the cart in a circle while thinking about a way out. Like I'm thinking of a way out, a way out, a way out, and I'm just making them
Those
go in a
words,
circle.
those words exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Start.
say, I think I programmed it to have like sound to it. I think I said something along the lines of "We set fire to something." We're in Deziel's
Yes,
house.
that's right. That's right. We're in
As
Deziel's
you're
house.
wiping your mouth, it's just
We
like
found
speaking.
salt and pepper shakers. We
Ah,
found and we burned
It was
something.
It was before the fire, and you said we were going to LSA's place.
Did I? Thought I said we were in Deziel's place. I don't think I mentioned LSA.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, that's
Sure,
true.
there's your
You
play.
said- No, yeah.
He gets there and went all there. Nice.
Yeah, I keep going in circles. Just hoping something will happen. Because this is what I learned from their conversation in the woods.
Okay. A way out, a way out, a way out, a way out, a way out. You close your eyes and concentrate hard. A way out, a way out, a way out. And when you open them, you don't know where you are. The topography around here is very different. Trees have been replaced mostly with mushrooms that grow to the size of trees. The sky here is a lot harsher. And as you turn to your left, you are at the foot of a very steep and inhospitable looking mountain, just at the top of which you see a glint of shimmering silver at the very peak.
I think to myself, I'm magic. I knew it. And I guess
While you sit there, very proud of yourself, from amongst the stalks, you hear the sound of steps and of crunching plant life and the occasional and from behind one of the large mushroom stalks is a bear, as far as you can tell, the size of a mountain. Massive chest that just has a brown fur that has a tan spiral going out from its chest. 2-foot long claws just and look at you. Though it doesn't appear to be making any moves as of yet, it does not seem heartened by your appearance. As following behind it, you hear and several smaller, although still probably the size of a large dog, cubs that are kind of tumbling and spilling over each other, kind of gathering around the mama bear's feet.
I've never been trained for this situation in my life, but I remember a story my dad told me about playing dead, so I immediately just played dead.
You hear something pawing at the ground. Look, you gotta open your eye, and the bear is now squared towards you, standing up on its hind legs.
Um, are my horses here with me? Are the horses here with?
The horses are with you. They're quickly getting anxious, to say the least.
I'm going to get up and cut one loose.
Okay. The horse you cut loose bolts And in fact, as it does so, I meant to make you roll this earlier. When you shackled the horse. So the one horse goes immediately and make, what would this be? A retroactive animal handling check to see just how well secured that other horse is.
Oh boy, animal handling.
Mm-hmm. 12.
I don't know why I rolled twice, but yeah, 12. Oh, I think I know why I rolled twice. I'll fix that.
Lucky you. The other horse is secure. Although it kind of like tries to follow and just gets caught on its and the first horse tears off in sort of along the side of the mountain at the edge of the mushroom forest. And the bear just stares at you. It watches the horse go and then
I think of Ismarius. I'm like, ugh, come on. And I also jump on the horse. The one that's attached.
You jump on the horse?
The one that's still on the. How many horses do we have on the cart? We had 2, right?
We have one now.
I have 1 now, so I like jump on that horse and begin to think.
Okay, but the horse is still attached to the carriage.
Yeah, the one that's still attached to the carriage.
Okay. So the horse begins pulling the carriage slowly, and it's moving slowly, and you just hear boom, 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 boom. And as the horse is slowly start to gather momentum and speed, after a few moments, you get eyes shut tight, grabbing the horse. Eventually, the sound fades. You open your eyes, and you are. The horse is now trotting back into his Marius. If you look back over your shoulder around the cart, just see, and just before it's swallowed by the trees, a massive standing mama bear who snorts, turns away, and walks back into the tree. As you re-enter the town, near to where the others are, so as a matter of fact, all of you who are outside at this point, which I think is all of you, so you know the cart is off that way to that direction, because north, south, east, west, really much of a thing. And here comes Pep from that way, trotting into town on one horse with a carriage on the horse that is pulling the carriage.
Tempest starts slowly applauding. You got rid of one. There's one left, though.
You okay there? Or you just went out for a stroll?
I'm
The horse?
a planeswalker now.
You can bring us home?
Did the horse hit you when you tried to get rid of it?
We can think of anywhere we want, and we can get teleported there.
You can.
Did you go
I'm
back to our
very
home
clearly
plane then?
drunk. I'm like very drunk.
Did you go back to our home plane then?
No, and I don't know if this is my 4th water skin, right? So I was just thinking of a way out, and I ended up in some mushroom place. and there was a bear, and I don't know, maybe it was some type of god, because there's a lot of animal themed things going on with the Raven Queen. Maybe this is like the Bear Queen. I don't know, something.
That's so cool.
hmm
Next time I'm going with Pep. He has much more fun than we do.
You got to destroy a very dangerous spell scroll for your Raven Queen.
Yeah, but I didn't get to meet a bear god.
We've already met the bear, though. The
Careful,
god bear.
your sword may become jealous that you are, wanting
Well,
other gods.
she would want me to meet everyone. She, is a person of culture.
Oh, she is.
She was the antisocial
is the-
god.
Yeah, she is. I'm sure she is. From our conversations, she seems to be very into the fine. Should we go and return this hourglass?
Speaking of conversation, did she say anything to you when you destroyed her the scroll with her sword?
It wasn't so much words. It was more of like I felt a pat on the back from beyond.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm. It's just
No, I don't
Like
know.
if you were haunted.
not so much haunted, more of like
Stalked?
no, not stalked. Comforted.
Oh yes, nothing more comforting.
Presided over, perhaps?
Presided alongside.
Well, that's besides the point. What happened? Sorry. What happened to Gunther? I turn over to Pep.
Just what happened to Gunther?
We named them?
Yes,
Who?
that's Eugene. The other one was Gunther.
No. That
Oh.
one is next to go.
So who's gonna
So
pull the carriage?
Jess, who's going to pull the cart? Are your little paper things going to pull the cart for us?
Ooh, can they do that?
I mean, I'm just saying there's alternative animals. Have you ever heard of mules? And donkeys and camels are a thing in some regions of the world. I'm just saying anything that's not a horse. 4 legs, okay. Hooves, okay. We could get cows if we were feeling adventurous.
Cows are quite cute.
I know
Right?
that I remember my father used to be able to summon steeds when he needed. So maybe
That's
you, Lyra, you can do that.
worse.
Is that
No.
I can? That's
A
not
steed is not necessarily a horse. He used to summon
Mhm.
ponies for my sister. He used to.
Oh
he
no,
summoned,
a pony.
he summoned the zebra once. Would you like
A
us to go with?
zebra?
It's a zebra.
all sound
That
like
would be
horses to
pretty
me.
cool. Is a zebra a horse? Is a zebra just a stripy horse?
I mean,
Well,
what else
maybe
is
not a
it?
zebra then. This is a fair point. Maybe not a zebra then.
But is it a striped? If it is a striped horse, would it be a black horse with white stripes or a white horse
Oh,
with
no.
black stripes?
The real question.
The zebra that my father summoned, yeah, it was actually white striped with pink.
Okay,
Pink
you may
with-
be able to convince me on the zebra front. I have to see what their temperament is like. We'll workshop it.
Well, that was my father, not me. My father was much more warrior inclined, kind of like Lara. That's why I asked.
Just with the white and pink striped horses. Very warrior-like.
Hey,
Well,
pink
you
can be a manly color.
Absolutely.
Very tough.
look, we have been sitting around this smoldering scroll for about 7 minutes. Should we just go to Lady Alice's?
This is where I thought we were going.
Okay. I will walk over to the cart and I go, would you like a hand, Pep?
Let's try something out. Let's all think of going to Lady Alice.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
We can just
Good
walk.
idea. I think I'm going to Lady Elias's, and I start walking towards her ornate house.
Yeah.
The magic's working.
You walk a short ways down the street, or down the dirt path, still within sight, to the larger domicile. Would you knock?
Yeah.
Or
why
somewhere? Knock on the door. Come in.
I open the door. I go in.
You step into this kind of front room. It has like a small table set up. There's a coat hanger or coat rack, as well as maybe like a small shelf for shoes. There's just the one pair of a slender white shoes there at the moment. I'll be right with you.
Of course.
Oh, certainly.
And after a moment,
Lyra, while we are waiting, would you wish to give it to her?
Really? Me? You would let me?
Sure, certainly. Yeah.
Okay.
So he pulls it out of the bag and hands it to her sideways, like not up or down.
I'll take it and just wait patiently.
By all means. I mean, go ahead and put it on the table to present it for her.
Oh, okay.
You could even
okay.
show her that it's the correct thing, that it works.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. It's a lot of pressure. Should I just hand it to her? Should I bow?
Just put it
to
on the
her?
table.
Just on the table. Just
like yes. Set it up right on the table. Yes.
Okay.
So the sands begin to fall.
Okay, I can do that. I'll do that.
right? Now, where is it you're standing?
Oh, so there
No,
wasn't a table
nothing.
inside.
Nothing happens. Nothing. It has already been
Okay.
utilized for the day.
Anything?
But in the no.
You used me as a guinea pig.
Oh, yes. I was wondering if perhaps, like if it only works with one person one time, or I go over and I touch it. Do I feel anything?
No, not at the moment. Although
Oh.
where you've placed it at the center of the table, there is actually a window above the front door that allows some light through at a very preserved, in such a way that it strikes off of the hourglass, the glass of the hourglass, now that it's been placed on the table, and kind of refracts outward, giving the sand and the outward supports an orange glow. And after a moment,
It's not so much a guinea pig, Lyra. You must understand, most of what I do is an effort to gain a greater understanding of our world, so that when these magical things come to us, perhaps I have an understanding that will be able to help us. So now I understand this thing only works once.
So I'm
Or
like
once a day, once a night, I don't know.
assistant, perhaps?
Yes, indeed, you have helped me in this very real situation.
Okay.
And I thank you for that.
Friends to assistants. I like this.
Yes, indeed.
after a moment, out walks Lady Elise from one of the back rooms. Oh, hello. I see you've returned my hourglass to me.
Yes, indeed. So it is yours. It is not like the cities, like this is your item.
It was given to me, yes, but I provide it to those in the village.
Oh, interesting.
So
Well, here it is.
about
I
those
see.
gifts.
You have fulfilled your end of the bargain. And now I shall fulfill mine. She walks into kind of a side room for just a moment, and then walks back out with a satchel that she opens up and begins to place items out on the table. I have one thing for each of you. Where are the rest of you?
With us. I don't think.
Oh, they are. Oh, sorry. Are you all coming in?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
at the
sorry,
back,
sorry.
kind of with
Right.
one of Pep's arms around my head, going like kind of carrying him.
For
I'm
you,
still drinking.
Deziel, was it?
Ah, yes, indeed.
I have this, and she pulls out an old vellum letter that looks like it was sealed with wax, but that seal has been now broken, although the wax still remains. This was given to me a long time ago, although I never had the chance to exactly utilize it, but perhaps one day it will be of use to you.
Thank you very much. And he will accept it from her and wait and see. Does she wait for him to open it and unravel it, or does she continue?
She seems expectant.
Okay. Then, yeah. Well, the situation. Do I count the money? Do I not count the money? He will.
It's like a birthday card.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and opens it up.
It unfolds very delicately, as it's a very old piece of paper, and written on it in Sylvan appears to be an invitation, an open invitation to visit the summer court.
Thank you very much. Is this a dangerous place for us to go? This summer court?
Well, that depends. If you make anyone angry, then quite so, yes. And it's quite easy to do, unfortunately, with the kind that live there. I do not mean, of course, for you to go there immediately.
Oh, yes, certainly.
I do not even expect you to go. This is simply a sentimental item that, as I said, I never had the chance to use, but perhaps one day it might be of use to you.
So this is not like imbued with a spell where if I read it, then I will be teleported to the summer court. This is simply just a pass. If I find myself.
Yes, simply. You would hand this to those at the gate, and they would allow you entry.
Amazing. Thank you very much. The invitation to the summer court of the Fey realm. Oh, thank you again.
And the tall one? She pulls out a small pouch, a small leather pouch. She hands to Emnail.
Grab it, start unraveling and opening it.
Right. So you open and see various hardened seeds of different plants and varieties, and from it wafts that smell that you can't ever quite place, but that always gives you a pleasant memory of home. I don't know what that smell is precisely for you. Perhaps this may assuage your discomfort at where you find yourself to some small degree.
Well, first of all, thank you. It's less discomfort and more fear that something may happen to the people who travel with me because of who I am. But it's nice to know that there are kind souls everywhere. Thank you.
Well said. And for you, looking at Lyra, she pulls out a small, simple, bound notebook that has. Now, do you read Sylvan?
I'm pretty sure I do. Hold on. Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay. So she hands you this notebook, and you can see written across it in Sylvania's journal. Perhaps one day, if you get yours back and fill it, you will have a worthy substitute. Although it can be a bit tricky to use at first. Um,
Thank you. This is very kind of you. Thank you. I will I won't lose this one.
I would hope so, although I won't be personally offended. And the short one with the hat? Tempest, was it?
That's correct. That's me, the one and only. I think,
I-
at least here.
The only one I've met, certainly. These hopefully will be just as unique as you are. And she hands you a set of wireframe sunglasses that are shaped in the lenses of which are shaped like the wings of butterflies.
Oh my god, I love them. I put them on immediately. I look infinitely more fabulous.
Oh, how lovely. Give us a twirl.
Do a twirl and then a little pose. Thank you kindly, lady.
And last but not least, for the more belligerent of you, and she pulls out a small handbell and hands it to Pep. Perhaps this will provide a bit more warning of your passage to some people.
I ring it and drink at the same time.
And none of you hear anything when he does that.
I think
I would just smile at everyone.
Does she act like she can hear it?
Yes.
Does she act annoyed that she can hear it?
She gives a wry smile. Like that's roughly what she expected.
Yeah.
Does Pep hear it?
Pep does not. Although it is yet to be determined whether that is due to his current state.
Drunken
Or not.
stew.
Thanks, I guess, but I think it might be broken unless this is a feywild bell, and feywild bells are the opposite of bells, so they don't play any sound.
Those who need to can hear the sound.
Oh, well, thanks. I'll give her a hug.
Oh, yes. You are quite welcome. Thank you for your work in restoring my possession to me. Have you all any ideas where you will go next?
Cry in a corner.
Oh dear.
Do
Perhaps
you?
we were going to go to the Sparrow Hall.
Sparrow Hall. How did you hear of such a place?
Not the most trustworthy of sources. The creature that put us to sleep.
Lim.
Lim, yes. That would make sense. He's friends with Ren. Well, if it is indeed time for his gala, then I suppose that just may do the trick. Assuming you can survive. Make it through the drudgery of his peculiarity.
Can
So
I
it's not so
pose?
much the journey there as what happens once we get there that we should be concerned.
Well, it is always tough to say. The Feywild is never safe. Who knows what you'll find on your journey there? And who knows, far fewer than that even know what will happen once you're in that house. I went once, out of curiosity, and they were doing something called a three-legged potato sack race.
This sounds very odd.
It was extremely unpleasant.
Are three-legged potato sacks a common thing in the Feywild?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
But although Ren seemed to be delighted with them, I don't know where he got the idea.
Lady Elise, may I propose to you a hypothetical scenario and you could perhaps give us some guidance?
May?
If you happen to be 5 mortals from another plane who stumbled into the Feywild.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we've lost Mike.
And
No.
stumbled out of it.
The
He
bear.
thought too hard about a way out.
He
bear
thought
got
about
him.
his way out.
But if you had to think, like, oh, I have to get out of here, and you had an invitation to the summer court, and you could potentially go to a gala who has been maybe informed you that happens on kind of the fringes and maybe could take you to the material plane. Which one would you maybe choose?
I would choose the one that is more likely to send me to the material plane than it is to the nine hells.
Which is?
The gala, I believe.
Friends Gala, yes. I believe if you are not well prepared, Fey royalty can be deadly, vicious, cruel, all manner of wicked and terrible things, just as well as kindness.
Well,
The summer court is not a place to wander into lightly,
hypothetically.
assuming you could get there. Hypothetically.
Okay. 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 Oh, that was very insightful. Thank you for engaging in this thought exercise with me. I just had a epiphany of what I think we should do, so that was very helpful.
I'm
Also,
glad.
quick question. Our friend Pep said he encountered a bear god. Would you happen to know where one might reside around these places? He said he was trying to find a way out, and he
Bear
stumbled upon
God.
bear god.
There were mushrooms, and then the bear queen appeared, and her bear kin, the bear princess and bear princes, and
You met a mother bear.
oh, but it was the mother of all bears. I mean, this thing was. I've seen a couple bears, you know.
You must have stumbled
Bear once.
rather deep into the Feywild. What is it you said you were doing?
I was thinking of a way out, and I ended up in this place with a bunch of mushrooms, and I was at like the edge of like this ravine, and I saw I think I saw some building off in the peak of this ravine, or some type of silver glittering thing. I don't know. There was a bear queen. I was kind of distracted, you know.
Naturally. You said a silver glimmering.
Ah, correct.
That sounds like a door between the Feywild and the material plane. It
What the
seems the Feywild was playing a little joke on you. You wanted a way out. It took you to, or at least near a way out.
I told you I'm a planeswalker.
And so these glimmering doors are dangerous to traverse, or
Dangerous to get to, typically.
Yeah.
Although Ren seems to have access to one, that's how he gets back and forth.
Hmm.
They are rarer out towards the fringes. And, well, more common the farther you traverse inward. I wouldn't suggest traversing far inward. It seems you were lucky to escape without any death or loss.
Well, it did kill Gunther.
Who's Gunther?
Oh, one of our horses.
Oh,
yes, we have seemed to have lost one of our steeds to pull the cart.
my condolences.
God. No, thank God. Like, I've been trying to do it for ages.
Oh,
There
I
seems to be some-
can't keep this secret anymore.
What?
Gunther's still alive.
What? Where is he?
What did you do, Pep?
Okay, so
You
I
used
kind of-
them as bait to escape, didn't you?
no,
You didn't even
was
do it right, apparently.
I was trying to save Gunther's life, but he looked at me with his little horse eyes and he told me to save myself. So what could a guy do, you know?
Wow, Gunther's a hero.
But in the end, it didn't even matter because Gunther's the one that got away, and I almost got ate with Eugene. And the worst part of it is I didn't untie Eugene because I didn't want to die alone.
I'll walk over to Pep and give him like a consoling hug. You've been through a lot. I'm so sorry that you had to face this alone.
I just, as you pat my back, I end up like burping.
Okay.
I very subtly just wave my hand across the air and I cast thaumaturgy and I make his burp smell like jasmine.
Oh. Wow, it's a useful skill. Pep?
But that's what I'm saying. We just need to think it, and we can get there right now.
Yes, but as we have been told not 2 minutes ago, it is not such a good idea.
I'm also not such a fan now that I know that first to go wasn't first to go. He's still there, so if we go there, then he's first to return.
I'll never forget Gunther.
Apparently, neither will I.
Yes, well, shall we go find the party so
Yeah.
that perhaps we can head home?
I have one quick question before we head to this party, if you wouldn't mind. One more, small question.
what?
I remember reading in a book a long time ago that about a party and how it was an etiquette book, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, when you go to a party, you should bring a gift. Is it rude here to not bring a gift, or should I prepare a gift?
I think one can never quite predict what Ren will expect. Prepare for the unexpected. That is all I really can tell you. I'm sorry that's not more helpful.
No, it's very helpful. The unexpected is when you show up at a party and they expect a gift and you don't have a gift, so I will prepare a gift. Thank you.
I'm glad I could help in whatever way I could.
Honestly, this last 48 hours, we've only been preparing for the unexpected. And we have been unexpected guests everywhere. It's been quite confusing and mildly frustrating. Of course, no offense to you, but I think you could understand our
Of course.
situation. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Well, shall we get going then?
All right. Everyone think
Hmm.
of where we're going.
Sparrow's Hall?
Sparrow's Hall.
Okay, keep thinking.
Okay.
Sparrow's Hall, indeed.
Tempest, I think you have to say it for it to work.
Oh, before we leave, I'll just yell back. I'll open the door and I'll yell, "Oh yes!" And if you see any people who are sketchy, like the last two, kill them. They were
They may
trying.
have.
They were trying to summon something that was very ungood. Just a point of remembrance. That's
You
it.
know, they may have thought that we looked sketchy ourselves when we arrived.
Well, we weren't as grumpy, so
Well, not all of you.
Just 4 of us.
the sober ones. If the person is sober and an asshole, just axe him.
We will take your advice into consideration. Thank you for helping us, and thank you for providing a number of wonderful memories that will not be easily forgotten. And yes, for your presence. I myself would like to go have a nap. I wish you luck in your time at Sparrow Hall. The way there can be tricky, so just keep your wits about you.
Enjoy your stroll along the river. I'll say as I'm walking out.
Gives you a look. I don't know if you see it or if you're paying attention to see it,
Nope.
but just she takes up the hourglass and walks back into her home as you guys leave.
So, Pep, how does
So,
this work?
do you-
We just
Well,
think it, or do we need to say it? How did it work for you?
I just thought it
Okay.
really, really hard. And just in case, I think we should follow it step by step. So everyone needs to do a little bit of drinking, I think, just in case. But I don't know if that's actually required.
Can't hurt, right?
I'm good.
Oh. Okay. I will. I really want to get to this party, so I'll drink with you, Pep.
Okay, yeah. Go fill up your water skin.
The whole water skin?
I mean, maybe just like half. I don't know, as much as you want.
Okay. Sure.
You
so
feel
will
it-
the two of you be leading the cart then, sitting up front with the horses?
Me and Pep? Because we're thinking and drinking?
The drinking and the thinking, Jess.
Okay. We can do this, yeah. I'll fill
Very
up
well.
my water skin and hop up in the front of the cart.
All right,
I'll go ahead and get inside the wagon.
drunk drivers unite.
Don't drink and drive.
The two that are getting drunk, they're going in the front, right? So we're starting
Yes.
forest. So we're burning books, starting forest fires, and drink driving.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
That's the agenda for today.
I get inside the cart. I'm just going to ride inside the cart.
Yep.
See where we end up.
I'll also go inside. As soon as I get in, I'm gonna be like, huh, this is a new experience. Getting to be chauffeured around. I hope. Oh, this is gonna be nice. I can rest a little bit. Then I sit down on one of the beds.
All right.
I'm gonna put myself down beside Deziel and just lean over and whisper, can't find a journal in here currently. Huh?
He pulls a journal out of his robe and starts flipping through it and reading it right next to her.
Is it the journal? Should I go ahead and send you the link?
Sure.
Okay.
I want to know exactly what's going on with this Raven Queen that is controlling our friend. When I am done, she can have her journal back. I have no interest in any of, well, the sorts of things that would likely interest you.
But just be careful, Mr. Deziel, about using that excuse to justify too many of your actions.
Perhaps. I mean, certainly, you don't think you wouldn't complain about, me not abiding by the rules and doing things on a whim.
It's never a whim with you, though, is it?
Is it not?
You seem too smart for whims.
Too smart for whims. Well, I have a whim every once in a while. You'd be surprised.
Maybe. I don't know. You seem very good at calculated whims. Either that or just very lucky.
Perhaps. You know, that could be the name of our group, the Calculated Whims.
The calculated whims. We can workshop it. It's a little wordy,
A little bit, yes.
If we're calculated, we are 1 + 1 = 4. Honestly,
Shove it. We can. This is a good starting point, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. It's like the calculated whims TBA. TB decided,
TBD.
TBD. CW TBD.
Indeed. Well, are you enjoying your little butterfly glasses?
These ones. Yes, they're quite fun actually. See, if you turn this way, they do like a little bit of a shimmer thing, and then they're not entirely clear. Like they must have been like warped or something slightly. I'm seeing like a little bit of a warpy thing, but maybe that's just the feywild doing feywild things. I don't know. They're very fun. Are you enjoying Lyra's journal?
Not so much enjoying, but learning, I suppose you could say. Confirming a couple of things that I thought. But educational. I would like to have a conversation with you sometime when you're not too busy having fun. But for the moment, I believe I should finish this for the good of the party.
The good of the party, huh?
Indeed. To know why we might be awakened or have you, who knows who, dragged away in the middle of the night without the rest of us to be killed by some ritualists. It seems pertinent to know. If we are going to stay together once we return to our material plane.
I mean, I can't disagree. It is a little interesting, the whole thing. Well, I don't begrudge you not trusting her. I don't really either.
It's not so much her that I don't trust, it's her sword. I'm hoping to learn about the sword in this book.
Oh. I guess. But she doesn't have to listen to the sword, does she?
I don't know. I hope to learn more about her relationship with the sword in this book. I hope to have the answer to your questions by the time we arrive.
Leave you to your reading then, and I'll go nap ice or something, I guess, if I can. I don't know how good their drunk driving is.
It's not too bad.
Quick question: was I like 5 feet away from this conversation?
Yep. You, unless they were trying
He
to
is-
whisper, they will have easily heard that.
The only person he is hiding this from at the moment is Lyra. So he's being
Yeah,
fully.
I would have been quiet enough to hide it from the two at the front, but
Yeah,
not from me.
Yeah, he is fully right in front of you.
I am very deep in prayer, and I will take out my my eye band thingy. Eye patch.
I take out my eye. I'm like, oh, we're learning something about him now.
You just see gears whirring in the back. He unscrews his eyeball.
I'm a warforged motherfucker. No, I take out my eye patch and I put it on, like I sit cross-legged and I take out my eye patch and I close my eyes and I start praying for a little while.
Yeah, so while you're on the path, those of you not driving the cart can take a short rest. It takes a good bit to get there. And after conveniently about an hour of travel, the dirt path that you're on sort of intersects with the cobbled path or cobbled street that kind of curves in, and the dirt road you're on just ends and merges into this road. And as you continue on the road, a fog starts to kind of creep in from around the trees, until it begins to obscure your vision beyond about maybe 100 feet ahead. But before too long, you see two lights kind of off in the fog in the distance, apart from the glow of the ever-setting sun. And as you get closer, you see that the road kind of it's kind of a messy intersection in that there's the road kind of peels away in overlapping paths that spread out left and right, curving away. At each sort of a short ways into each path, there is a lamppost that has an oil-burning lamp at the top of it, maybe about 10 feet tall, and planted in the ground maybe 30 feet before the intersection is a sign. Looks like it was kind of put on a flat piece of wood and just scrolled, and then put on a stake and knocked into the ground that just says "Party this way." Points forward.
Pep, is this supposed to happen? We just keep going and it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll follow the sign?
The sign is pointing toward the intersection.
Okay.
So the sign points forward along the road you're going, which splits kind of at a fork. And each road bends out away with the lampposts maybe 30 feet along either side.
So we should just go forward then. The sign clearly says forward, right?
Let me think for a second.
Okay.
I take a long drink. Little bit of a hiccup. Okay, I think we should just keep thinking
Okay.
about where we want to go.
Okay.
Sparrow's Ball.
Sparrow's Ball. Got it. No, wait.
Sparrow's Ball.
Hall.
And then...
Sparrow Hall.
Oh, shoot. You've been thinking Hall this whole time? It's Ball.
I'm pretty sure it was a hall, Pep.
Now,
Diagonally.
have the both of you been drinking this entire
Yes.
time?
I would be doing
Okay.
what Pep's doing.
Both of you make me Constitution saving throws before we go any farther.
It's like Harry saying diagonally instead of Diagon Alley.
Exactly.
Oh,
Diagonally.
no.
Oh my.
Okay, so
fucking
Pep,
God.
if this works. So Pep is fine. Lyra, you are drunk, and you will
Pep
be
is practice drunk.
yeah, you are considered poisoned
Okay, cool.
for the next little bit until that alcohol clears from your system.
Okay,
Yeah, you're not used to
clearly,
this. You're literally a lightweight, and also
clearly
figuratively a
you're more
lightweight.
drunk than me, Lyra.
So
So I think I'm right. Start
Okay.
thinking Sparrow's Ball, and we're
Should-
gonna get there. No
should
time.
we think Sparrow's Ball Hall just be safe or just Sparrow's Ball?
Just Sparrow's Ball.
Okay, all right.
We're going to a party. It makes sense. Sparrow's Ball. Sparrow's Hall.
You know what?
What do you mean?
I feel like such an idiot. You are completely right. What? Sparrow's Ball.
You are a
Onward.
complete idiot. Yes.
I
No. And I'm just going to just make a Sparrow's Ball while letting the basically our lone horse choose the direction, I guess, because I'm just like,
Alright.
it must be falling the right way as long as we think it.
Yum.
All right. So the horse veers to the right as it reaches the intersection. You following this bending path until the intersection is out of sight, and after another few moments, you start to see in the fog 2 lights. And as you approach, the road you are on levels out and then splits into 2 white paths that kind of curl away from one another. There are 2 lampposts, one down either road, short ways down each road, lighting the area. And off to the side of the road, there is a sign, kind of etched in wood or drawn in wood that's been kind of pounded into the ground that says "Party this way."
Seems like
On
you're
both of
right.
them? Both directions?
Just before the intersection,
Oh.
about 20, 30 feet, maybe about 30 feet before the intersection.
Gotcha.
We're geniuses.
We are so smart. Well, I mean, you're smart, and I'm just learning from you. Wow, this is great.
Yes, stick by me and you'll never be lost.
I'm
Ever.
definitely hanging out with you from now on. They had me burn a squirrel. That was not as fun as this.
You burnt. Okay. Well. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So what was the advice they said about the Feywild, the Queen again? Expect. Or, sorry, don't expect the expectable.
Okay.
I think that's exactly what
yeah,
they
that sounds
said.
right. Yeah. Okay. So, what do we expect?
So
Ball.
I think we should go the other way.
You are so smart. Let's do it.
Okay. Come on, Eugene. Get up.
Go, Eugene!
You lead the horse down the left path, which kind of arcs away until the intersection is out of sight. And after another few moments, you see kind of off in the fog 2 lights. And as you get closer, you see the path kind of levels out and diverges into 2 arcing paths. Move away. A short ways along each path is a lamppost, maybe about 10 feet tall, an oil lamp, both lit and burning. And at the side of the road, about 30 feet before the intersection, is a sign written on a flat piece of wood that has been attached to a stake, hammered into the ground. It says "Party this way."
Pep, is it normal when you drink out of the
Deja
water skin?
vu.
Oh, is this a side effect of the water skin?
No, I think, I feel like, I don't want to sound like I'm doubting myself, but I
Okay.
feel like we might have been here before.
I didn't want to say anything because you're so smart after all, but I kind of remember this.
Yes,
but
and you're
I'm
an
a little
idiot,
hazy.
so, you know.
You're right. You're right.
I can understand your hesitation.
Yeah.
Just to be clear for the moment, the other 3 of you are not aware of
Nope.
what is that. You know that you've
That's why
heard
I'm not
like
saying anything.
squabbling from the front, and you know you've gone right and then left. Roughly speaking.
So I think what's happening is expect I mean, do not expect the expectable. And the
Okay,
expectable thing here is I'm the smart one, so I
Okay.
make the right decisions.
Right.
So we have to do what an idiot would do.
Oh,
and
that's
thankfully,
me.
we have one right here.
Oh my
with
gosh.
you.
You are so right. Wow.
So what would you think we should do?
I think. Okay, so it's two paths. But if you just keep going straight, it's just like off a path, right? It's just like.
Yeah, it's just woods.
Okay. I think we need to think even harder. And to think harder, you need to say it out loud. So I think we say, oh shit, what was it? Something hall. What was it? Ball. That one. And
Sparrow's Ball. You haven't been thinking Sparrow's Ball this whole time?
No. I think
we might have to go back like 3 intersections at this point.
No. We say out loud Sparrow's Ball and we go straight into the woods.
Okay.
This is it. This is gonna be the one. You wouldn't let us down.
Let's go, Eugene.
Well, you make an animal handling check. Because the woods are a bit dense, and while Eugene and the cart probably could make it, he doesn't want to. He's hesitant. 15? All right, so you manage somehow to coax Eugene through the woods and kind of pick your way through. And at this point, guys, the rest of you, the carriage is like rattling through the woods. So the ride has gotten significantly less comfortable. But after a few minutes, as you have to go much slower, you see kind of perpendicular to your path, a cobbled street.
Pep, do you see that?
I knew it. I knew it. Let's go. And I keep going quicker.
And so you try to push Eugene through, and eventually you do kind of get through. And you're on this cobbled street that arcs away to the left and arcs away to the right, kind of like you're along a curve, and that extends into the fog in both directions.
Pep.
I think we need the advice of perhaps the most intelligent one amongst us.
Okay.
Considering I am obviously the second most intelligent here. There's only one person more intelligent than me here.
Tempest.
And mature enough to know how to handle this situation, and that's Tempest.
You're right. Absolutely. Always.
Tempest.
I'm assuming by now I've definitely woken up from my nap, so I am being summoned. What can I do for you, my loyal faithful servants? I am
We
here.
need to go left or right, and you need to think of Sparrow's Ball the whole time. I'm gonna personally tap out of the thinking because my brain juice is definitely being used up to its limit right now.
Is that an option?
So it's gonna be on you two.
Well, maybe it's an endurance test, you know? Maybe it's like you got to be careful about how you're thinking it. Maybe you can't think it all the time. Maybe you've only got to think it at the key moments.
Oh.
This is
I
really
told
confusing.
you, the smartest one amongst us.
There's got to be some sort of pattern here. No, wait, no, there won't, because the feywild doesn't like numbers, right?
Now, to be clear,
Maybe.
Tempest, you don't know what has transpired previously.
Yeah, no. I'm
So
just
either
trying to
which
think.
way,
Like
left
we're
or
sitting
right.
in front of a fork, right?
No, you're currently on kind of a long bend.
Oh, okay. So it's straight up. It's like parallel, like
Roughly,
bends.
yeah. So you've come
We're in the middle of it.
perpendicular to the road, which goes this way and
Okay.
kind of bends away, and goes this way and kind of bends away.
Yeah, but there's two paths, so there were two options we can take. See, the Feywild doesn't like numbers, so maybe we got to stop. So maybe we don't count the paths.
We count our
Maybe
fingers?
we'll let the paths decide for us.
Oh.
I'm gonna get off the cart, and I'm gonna ask the road. Which way would you like us to go? and I'm gonna like spin in a circle and think Sparrow's ball, Sparrow's ball. And whichever direction I stop, I'm just gonna stop when I feel it, and we're gonna go in that direction.
So, does Cat recognize that Sparrow's ball is actually the wrong thing? Because I don't know if Tempest might remember the actual name is Sparrow's Hall, and Cat just doesn't remember that.
I did write it down, so I would actually recognize it.
Okay.
Sparrow's wait. Midway while I'm turning. Wait, Sparrow's ball. Did you guys see another sign or something?
No, that's where we're going, to the party. The
Yeah.
ball of the sparrow.
Yeah.
Tempest is gonna pull out her little notebook and no, I wrote it right here. It's hall. There's a ball at the hall, maybe. That's where you got confused?
I'm gonna start tearing up. At the
Lyra!
sight
Oh
of
my
your-
god! Oh, come on, Lyra!
No, this is okay. Every adventure has a low point, so that when you have the high point, you can be like extra happy about it, right? This is okay. We can
I
retcon a
told
little
you
bit.
Sparrow's Hall. Why would it be ball? Only an idiot would think it's ball. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna cry a little bit. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, so
There is no
Tempest,
such
Tempest, you can
language
see
between friends.
Lyra is sloshed.
He is so mean to her.
So far gone.
How's Pep doing?
Pep is clearly very, very drunk.
Functional drunk.
But
I'm
he
a high
looks like
functioning
he's
alcoholic,
he's someone who's used to being drunk.
Yeah, I'm
Much
just
more
not
so than
I-
Lyra is.
I think I've found
Couldn't
our
notice.
problem.
Content warning: gaslighting. Because Jesus Christ.
Oh no. Oh no. I think I found our problem.
Me.
All right. I'm gonna take a deep breath and I'm gonna turn to the horse. Now, which horse was this? Because one of the horses hates me and one of the horses does not.
And I remember.
Well,
which
I don't
one-
want to point out the obvious.
Well, I don't. So can you message me which one was which?
Yes, I can.
Because I did not keep note of that. I didn't
How
think-
long does the
Only-
hatred last, by the way?
It's a good
It's just
question. I don't know.
That creature
No.
now is hostile to you.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean, I guess I
like
could
now
probably.
and forever in perpetuity.
Well, no, it says something.
Well,
Uh,
it's not a magical hostility. It can sense that I messed with it and it doesn't like it. So I
Oh,
suppose I
gotcha.
could, if I was actively trying to make reparations, it would be
Gotcha.
fine. But remember, I was slapping the horse as I came in as well.
Yeah.
So
Now,
like whatever horse.
It does say the creature realizes that you used magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile toward you.
Yeah.
Fun.
So I imagine
Pre-
like eventually I could make reparations or something, but I'm not trying that. Like
Yeah.
there's no love between us. But is this the horse that was friendly to me or not?
This is not the horse that was briefly friends with you while you were slapping it.
Okay, so this horse does not have any potential hostility towards me.
Not necessarily.
This is okay. All right. All right, horse. We've been through some things together. I'm going to trust you. Don't let us down. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to speak to some trees. All right, trees. I'm going to trust you too.
Can you keep it down out there? As one of the trees responds to you. And a humanoid being with skin the same color and texture as the bark of the tree kind of peels out of the tree, looking maybe like an older woman. Why are you disturbing this perfectly nice, peaceful bit of the forest? What do you want?
Oh my god, I am so sorry to disturb your nap. We are dreadfully lost. We did the thing where you're meant to try and find your way in the Feywild, except these two clearly haven't mastered navigation yet. And I thought, maybe if we were really nice and asked politely for directions, maybe we could have a hand. I do apologize if you were sleeping, but do you happen to know the direction of Sparrow's Hall? Sparrow's Hall.
Yes, it's just past the. It's just on the other side of the road, and then over the bridge.
So this way down the road or this way down the road?
Oh, what's the difference?
Okay, so if we just go pick one of them, we end up at the bridge if we think hard enough, right? That's how this goes?
You'll end up in the same place regardless.
Cool. I'm Tempest. What's your name?
If I tell you, will you leave?
Well, wait. I've read about this in books. I don't want to have your name. I just was hoping you might want to share it with me. Though if you don't, that's okay.
Will it make you go away? All of you.
That's the tree queen.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna grab his face and push him away.
I start crying harder.
Yes, if that's what you want, we can leave your domain over here and go that way or that way, whichever way we choose.
It's Millicent. Goodbye. And she reaches
Enjoy
to
your
her
nap.
left and almost takes some bark and closes it on her like a door. And she fades back into the tree.
Good night, Millicent. You're really cool. Wish I could do that.
She phased back into the tree.
Ha 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 ha.
And spontaneously combusts.
I love your dryad humor.
You guys are perfect for each other. Okay, well, I'm gonna pick a direction and say this way. We're going this way. To Sparrow's Ball, and I'm.
All right. Well, you pick a direction and travel along that way for just a bit. And then off in the distant fog, you see two lights.
Is there a bridge
And
anywhere?
as you approach, the path levels out or straightens out just off to the side of the road. Shortly before the branching intersection is a sign painted in wood that says "Party this way." And indeed, there is a branching fork with two lanterns set on lampposts shortly each way of the road.
No matter which way we go, we'll end up in the same place. Okay, I'm just gonna keep taking the right one.
Wait. Can I stumble over to the sign and pull it out?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Make a quick strength check. Strength athletics at disadvantage because you are poisoned.
Yeah.
Might be a good idea, actually, because we make our own path. Maybe this is the puzzle.
11. Yep. So you yank it out of the ground.
I'll hold on to it and then try to climb back up onto the cart and hold on to it. We're the party. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to point it in whatever path that we go, then maybe that's the secret. Maybe you're right. We are the party, so wherever we go is where we end up.
Okay. That's why we picked you, because you're so
down
smart.
the right one.
Also, get it together, Eugene.
All right. So are you still holding on to the sign?
Yeah, I'm holding on to it, and I'll point it to where Tempest tells me to.
I'm also gonna pour a little bit of wine out onto my hand and give Eugene a little bit, maybe. That's like a pick me up for Eugene. Yeah.
Eugene, to look at your hand and then.
I slap him, and then I go back to the seat.
Roll a d20. 17. Eugene stops and looks back at you.
What?
Do we feel the cart like suddenly stop?
Yeah, so you hear smack and then lurch as the cart suddenly comes to a halt.
No,
Not again. The
Eugene,
horse doesn't hate me, Pep.
no, Eugene,
Yeah.
you're misunderstanding. When you slap someone, it means you're friends. Let's go.
If
Yes, that is what
if
I meant.
horses could talk, Eugene would be saying, "That's not what Gunther said."
Oh no.
Oh no.
But he doesn't say that because horses can't talk.
Look, Eugene, I promise, the whole thing with Gunther, it was just a big misunderstanding. Horses and I don't usually get along, but hey, you could be the first, okay? You could be the first horse that has ever won me over, and that would be a really impressive feat. Come on. And I'm gonna
The
tap
horse
him gently.
Make an
Stroke him
animal
a little bit.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay, I took a short rest. Have I? Wait, no, we've been over this. It's only on attacks and saves.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay. I don't think I've done this check yet. Hey! I'm not bad!
17. Eugene looks at you. Looks at Pep. And looks at the reins that are in Pep's lap and snorts and bucks his head to you.
Smart
Tempest.
horse.
Very smart horse.
Oh, I tentatively take the reins, just regretting my every life choice up until this moment.
And when you do so, Eugene begrudgingly begins to haul the cart.
Tempest's
wanna
hands are
walk-
like trembling as she holds the rein.
I'm gonna walk next to Eugene now.
Okay. So you do that. You head down the right path with Lyra pointing the sign down that way, and you branch along the path. As it bends away, and then off in the fog, you see two lights. And the path levels out, and through the fog, you see two lanterns on lampposts, two branching paths, and off to the side, a small hole where it looked like a sign might once have been.
I glare at Eugene, and I just glare at him, and I'm just like, you better pray to God the Bear Queen doesn't appear. Right? I swear.
I will get out of the cart, being shaken by the last abrupt movement, and I'll be like, why are we stopping so much?
Oh, it's just a bit foggy. It's hard to say. Oh, new idea. What if we go backwards? Like, what if we turn around and go that way? We haven't tried that yet, have we?
Pep, did we try that?
Have we? Wait. Have we been all gearing towards the Sparrow's Hall?
Yeah.
It was Sparrow's Ball, but then, as you know, we figured out that it was Sparrow's Hall, so
Sparrow's what?
ball that you party at, and a sparrow, a bird.
We've been over this, Samniel. Keep up. But I asked for lovely directions from the nicest tree, and she said that wherever we go, we'll end up in the same place.
Okay, well,
She also
think
said
of
we're
it-
looking for a bridge.
We're going in circles, right? And what else is circular? A ball.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we already covered this. It's not a ball. It's a hole. Really, we
No,
should maybe
but
look for the
we're
right
going
place.
in circles because we originally thought of ball.
Oh my god. This might be the smartest you've ever been, Pep. Whoa.
Oh.
Should we? Oh, what if we all think Sparrow's Hall? All three of us, and you too, Eugene. And let's try the left one. And if we end up in the same place, then I say we try going backwards. All right. Sparrow's Hall with a H.
Last chance, Eugene.
This time, though, I'm gonna point it to myself and kind of whisper, I am the party.
All right. To the left. All of us, including Eugene, are thinking Sparrow's Hall.
Okay.
All right.
And as we go, I'm going to yell, we're looking for Sparrow's Hall. If you don't help us get there, I'm going to keep going around in circles, disturbing your peaceful nap. And I'm just going to yell that the entire way. Just
Right.
annoy
So,
them into directing us.
Deziel, you now definitely hear at least that, and the talk of going in circles. Make of that what you will, but you take the left path, and after a few moments, after you've passed away from the intersection, the path curves away, and in front of you, in the fog, you see two lights. And approaching, the path straightens out, and there are two branching paths that curve away. Two lanterns on lampposts, shining light into the fog a short ways along each path. And two off to the side, there's a small hole, or maybe a sign that's once planted.
Okay.
Now,
That's it, the
Mnail, this is
stupid
the
forest.
first. Yeah, so Mnail, if you're still out of
Yeah,
the carriage, this is the first time you have seen this loop.
This is clearly not working.
A bit of a surprise to you, at least.
That's it. I'm gonna get off the cart and go approach the lamp, and then I'm gonna try and grab one of these lamps and say, if you don't let us through, I'm gonna set you on fire.
Oh, that
Come
is.
on,
God
Virus.
damn it, Eugene!
Okay.
Now the lamp is lit, so it is currently on fire. There is no
No,
response
I'm just,
from the
okay.
lamp post.
None of the. I'm gonna like threaten any of the trees or something. He's like, I'm coming for you.
There is no immediate. Have you been drinking? There is no immediate response. So the sober one is brandishing weapons.
Okay, I am gonna take the lantern back to the cart and say, I threatened them with fire, it didn't work. We
Yep.
asked them nicely, it didn't work. We asked for directions and it didn't work. I'm running out of ideas, guys. My brain is also starting to hurt.
Now hold on. Sorry, were you wanting to take one of the lanterns off of the lamppost?
Mm.
Okay, well, because the lampposts are about 10 feet tall.
Oh, okay. Is it like stuck on? I thought it was like a post with like a hanging lantern that's just been like hung on there. But if it's like
Yeah.
a
So the
actual,
post is like 10 feet, and then it hangs. The lantern hangs from that.
okay, that shouldn't be an issue for Tempest. So I'll go up there and get it.
Oh, that's right. You can just walk up and get it. It is. You can't just unhook it, as it's kind of attached to the post on the sort of crook of and the bend. Like the two pieces of metal have been attached together, so it doesn't
Do I
just
see-
come free.
Do I see the indication that there are any other creatures around?
Make a perception check.
Oh, come on.
Do I, out of curiosity, do I see anything up from my vantage point up here as well?
No, and make a perception check.
Big ol' 11.
2,
Oh,
3.
no, you do not.
I'm gonna take the sign and like kind of shove it to Pep and be like, hold this. You know what everybody needs? Music. And I'm gonna pull out the flute that I kind of stole that doesn't play any music, and I'm gonna start playing it.
Make a performance check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I help by using my soundless bell?
It is a soundless bell, so no. You can't provide tempo unless you're like hit. I guess you could like hit it against part of the cart.
Okay,
People
sure.
who need to hear it will.
I'll hit it on the side of the cart.
All right, so you get to use your 10.
Okay.
You are still drunk.
Mhm.
Very much so. And there is no effect.
Okay. Well,
I go inside and try to grab Deziel. Deziel, could you come help me real quick?
Yes. With what?
I think it's easier for me to show you than to explain to you.
Very well.
Excited. I'm
Deziel.
trying to lead Pep in like a party dance now to see if maybe we can like summon the party to us.
I'm singing
So-
the one
You
Elvish
don't want-
song I know.
The vision that just went through my head. Oh god. So Deziel steps out. Yes.
Okay, so how do I explain this concisely? We were here like 10 minutes ago, okay? And
Yes.
we were all thinking of Sparrow's Hall, and we went to the left. 2 minutes after that, we were back right here. Is there
Okay.
anything we might have been missing?
When you say Sparrow's Hall like that, is
That is because our friends forgot that it was Hall and apparently have been trying to get to Sparrow's ball for the past hour.
oh.
No,
Well.
no. There was definitely a hole. The last one was definitely hole.
Okay, so everybody was thinking hall, and we went to the left, and we ended up back here.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Right, didn't work either. And I
Have-
asked this
have
tree,
we,
and she said we're looking for a bridge.
have we attempted to think hall and go to the right?
I think so.
Good question.
You know, perhaps we should just turn
Probably.
the cart around.
That's what I said. That was like my next plan of like if going left didn't work, then we go. Well, I did stop to threaten to set the forest on fire, but that was a moment of anger, and I'm past that now. I think if we turn around, it'll be fine.
This may be the problem. I do not think you should be threatening the Feywild.
Well, there's usually like a set of things you try, right? You ask nicely and like politely, then you try and make friends with it, and that didn't work either. And then you resort to desperate measures. That one didn't work either. So I'm out of options.
Surprisingly, not the first forest fire we've threatened to be the causes of today.
Right? But, you know, turning the card around. Maybe this is not the point where it all went wrong. Maybe it went wrong beforehand. So if we go back, maybe it can be fixed.
Perhaps. Let's do this because this is.
I don't know that going back. If we have not gone right, then we should go right.
Sure.
Didn't we go right last time?
I think we've gone right like 3 times.
The last time we went left.
And you kept.
I mean, the
coming-
time
we-
before that.
We kept coming back around to the same place every time, whether you go left or right.
We even went straight once.
yeah, that was fun. But
Yeah, you see those wheel tracks? Apparently those are ours.
So, so you're saying we keep coming back to the same place, whether we go left, we go right, we go straight, we keep ending up in this. It's not just simply 10 minutes ago and now we are here for again. This
No.
is
I
many,
get
many
the
times.
feeling this is that puzzles that Lim mentioned.
Oh.
I witnessed only one, but apparently we've been at it for about 10 tries.
Oh.
I don't know. This is my second. But
And we
we
also
can try.
met the Tree Queen.
yeah.
We did.
You met a tree queen.
We
Yep.
did.
She was very grumpy.
Is this the same very grumpy tree queen?
Okay,
Okay.
so are we going right? Are we going backwards?
I mean, we have not tried going backwards even once.
Wait, so when we say we're going backwards, should we like actually go backwards, I'll say as I demonstrate, like walking backwards, or we go backwards and I'll turn around and walk.
Like turn the cart in the other direction, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes some sense.
I go over to Deziel and I tap him on the shoulder and I go, "Do you remember if for some ungodly reason we have the name wrong? Because it's not possible." And I
Sparrow
cast
Hall.
guidance.
Sparrow Hall, no? This is the name that we have been thinking. Druid Sparrow Hall, right?
Yeah.
Sparrow Hall is
Alright,
correct. I am wondering, so this spell that you cast where you can find things, can you find Sparrow Hall?
it's an object and it's something that I have to have at least seen.
Like a journal?
Excellent. Do you know, I noticed that our friend Lim was wearing this very fabulous little medallion right here on his lapel. Did you notice the lapel, the medallion that he was wearing? Perhaps you could find the thing that he is wearing because he has gone to the place that we are attempting to go.
Do you think we are? Do you think he's there though?
He said he would meet us there, no? And he left before us. Clearly, he knows how to get there better than we do. Try to find him. Wear something that he has.
Should I attempt it?
This is simply my suggestion.
Do you
And
think?
you know I have no ulterior motive for that. So
Yes, it's not like you want me to waste a second level spell slot.
No, clearly.
Should we at least try going backwards? And if that fails, I can try.
Well, that was my first suggestion, is that we go backwards. If that does not work, then my next suggestion is you attempt to find Lim. And if that does not work, then perhaps by that time, I will come up with a third suggestion.
Sure. Okay. You guys are on timeout. You can go rest. I point to Lyra and Pep.
Oh, I really think if I walk back, okay, fine. I'll stumble into the cart.
You guys need a rest.
You did great. I think you guys just need to rest, you know?
I feel great though. Okay.
Do you feel what?
I feel great.
Yes. Well,
Sleep next to a bucket.
Okay. I don't know why I would need a bucket, but sure.
Oh,
No, it's
shit.
always good to have a bucket on hand.
We don't have buckets. We only have my potted plants.
It'll do.
You
Where's
have
the bucket?
baskets that flowers were once in.
Yeah, but baskets by their
Wicker baskets.
have holes. They are woven, which means they're holes. So
It's
might
an
as
option.
well barf into a sieve.
Just
But yeah.
lean Lyra's head over the edge of the cart, you know.
So I'm just like hanging off the side.
I
Maybe a little
will.
sleep in the window.
I will gently put my hand on Eugene, and I'm gonna be, oh, poor boy. You've probably been quite mistreated. Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Hey. Will have you know that Eugene and I have come to an understanding, Tempest says while her hands are shakingly handing over the reins to you.
Well, I'm very glad.
I'm very
Look, he
proud of
doesn't
you,
even
Miss
hate
Tempest.
me.
Good job.
I am yep, no, I am going to back away from the horse now. You know, this has been a day of growth for me. I'm okay with ending it here.
Exposure therapy dictates that you should go a little bit of a time. So you already took your first step.
Okay. I'm gonna go sit on the roof. I like the roof. I'm gonna sit on the back of the roof.
Okay.
I believe this is the configuration which we had when we first got here. The two of them inside, you on the roof, and Amniel and I up front driving.
Yes.
Really,
Maybe this is the same way we'll find Lim again.
Perhaps.
perhaps. And I will try to maneuver Eugene so that we do a 180 and start heading that way, thinking Sparrow's Hall, focusing Sparrow's Hall.
There's enough room that you're able to eventually get it backed and turned around and going backwards along the road, which is straight and then begins to curve off back in the direction you came. You walk along this curve for a few moments. The intersection behind you fades away, and up in front of you, as you begin to look around, you see one light off in the fog.
Well, but is it one light because Tempest took the other one away? Yeah, I go.
No, she didn't take it. It was kind of attached.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. I will walk
and
towards
reaching,
the light.
Yeah, so you come up to the light, and you are on the leftmost side of the intersection. And the lantern corresponding to that side has extinguished.
Oh, they go out if we try them.
Okay,
Try the other one
Deziel,
then?
you have much more of the thinking juice than I do. Does that mean we go to the one that's extinguished or the one that's still on? Because I assume
what-
we're the intersection, right?
From what you are saying, we had already gone down both roads, correct?
Yes, but both lights were
This
on
is
last
different.
time.
This is a different road, isn't it? Because we had 2 lights on the other one and they looped around, whereas these ones have one off, right?
It's the same intersection. You are coming
Okay,
from
it's
it
exactly the same.
from what would be the left side previously, and that lantern is out. It's the same
Oh.
physical location.
Gotcha. So we're
Good
coming.
thing I didn't
from-
steal the lantern.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, do we go backward again? Do we try going right this time?
Well,
Do we go backward on where we are? So, going backwards back to the left? Do we go backwards from where we begin?
no, perhaps we continue on to the crossroads, and when we get to the crossroads, we go left. And if we continue on to the left, we would be coming from what would be the right.
Sure.
Okay, I think I get it.
Oh no, you say so. We are coming this time from what would have been the left, right, Drew?
Correct.
So this time, when we get to the crossroads, we go right. And if we turn right at the crossroads, then eventually, and we continue going what is essentially backwards, then we turn onto the right leg of the X, and eventually we will be coming back from what would have been the right road going the other way.
Sure. If you say so.
Just to clarify, is the one that we're on the one that has the light turned off?
Yes.
Okay, so in theory, we want to get the light on the other one turned off. So yeah, go down that one.
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to get it straight in my head. That's all.
Okay. I'll do what Deziel said. I'll go towards the crossroad and then sharp left so that I go to the other leg of the intersection.
No. We want to, if we go sharp left, then we will be going what would be the right road in the original direction of travel. Instead of taking
Okay, so-
sharp left, we should go right,
'Cause
so
then
that
we'll
when we
end
come
up
back,
left.
we will come to the right side from the opposite direction.
Okay, so we're basically going where we just went.
No. Because if we are coming from the left, what would have been the left?
So we're going down our original path.
This is the intersection. If we turn right, we're going backwards.
You're frozen, so well, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Backwards
If-
from the
if-
initial direction, the original direction of travel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I mean. So it was literally where we just went.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing again.
No. Okay.
I am so
So-
glad I'm drunk in the carriage because Kendra is also confused by this. So
Because we were like, if we were looking towards the intersection, we went back. We did 180 degrees
Okay.
and went back.
Can you read? The lights. There we go.
You just gotta let it focus.
There we
There you
go.
Yeah.
All right. So if we were going up, and now we're coming from the left direction, right, Drew? We're coming from what would have been the left direction. Refocus. Turn the light down. There
So
you
we
go.
should be going right.
Yeah. So now we're coming from the left direction. So then going this way, we turn down this road so that
And you guys
eventually
think
we will be coming
have you
from
not
the
got
right
too many-
direction.
You've got too many roads.
No, it's a
Isn't there
Y.
Yeah.
three?
It's a Y, not an
It's a
X.
Y.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Y.
not an
There's one
I-
road.
Yeah.
I thought it was a crossroads.
No.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if
it's
we've gone
a
down and come this way, then if we go down, we should come this way. So let's go down again, basically.
Okay.
That's exactly
Down,
that's
down
what I
being the original road.
we could only have gone like if we're not going to repeat what we did, we could only have gone what was the original right and what was backward, which was exactly
Yeah.
what we did.
Gotcha.
So we're
Okay.
Okay.
going exactly
My
where
bad.
we-
I was thinking it was a full crossroads like X.
No.
No.
It makes sense. So why were we getting confused though? If we were
Yeah.
like on different road configurations. All right,
Absolutely.
downwards.
This is
I wasn't
peak
paying
D&D.
attention because I wasn't driving.
This is peak D&D. Neither was I, to be fair. So we're going backwards again. So on the intersection,
All right.
shallow right turn, going back.
All right. So you
Sparrow's
head backwards.
Sparrow's
The road
Hall.
straightens and then begins to curve, and it hooks back around to the left, to the right. Excuse me. And breaking the fog in front of you, there is one light, and you find yourselves back at the leftmost side of the intersection, with the
Well, then I
the leftmost light extinguished.
Gotcha.
So
Where
then
we just
go
were.
the
So we
road
go the other
we did
direction. We go the right road.
We turn, or do we have
Well-
to turn
well,
backwards? We were
Yeah, maybe
backwards
this,
before, and then we have to go
backwards
back
works.
again.
so
Okay,
yeah, if
so
we go
let's
this
turn
way,
around.
then maybe we come
God.
Very well.
Okay.
backwards. It is.
Yeah, we're going back
backwards-
towards the
If
Arm.
backwards doesn't work, we've only got one option left. So
yeah.
Yes, this is true.
Or worst case scenario, if back doesn't work and it brings us back to 2 lights, at least we know how the puzzle begins. So yeah,
okay,
we go
backwards,
back. We go towards the left side of the intersection.
where we just came from.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You get the
How
cart
many idiots
turned
does it take
around
to navigate?
and head back up the path you had came. The road curves away and then straightens and then curves away. And you find yourselves, the fog around you lessens. You begin to hear chirping birds. And off a ways in front of you, you see the tree line break. Getting closer, you recognize that there is a sharp cliff face that descends down with more forest beneath it. And there are 2 bridges onto the next sort of side of the ravine, one of which has crumbled away and is only on the other half, the other of which is complete. You have made it out of the shaded woods. Congratulations. And that is where we are going to end things for tonight.
And it only took 45 minutes.
And it took only slightly longer than I expected. But that was a tricky one.
Oh
So well done, everyone.
At least I had time to read Lyra's journal.
Yeah, plenty of time for that. I'm sure that won't come up again.
No, like she sent it to me. So like,
Yeah, no,
I literally had time to read
I
it
know,
while y'all were doing that.
All right, well, that is all for this week. ladies and gents at home, it's good to be back. Definitely
Indeed.
good to be back. And
Hopefully, no more ice storms, no more random power outages in various of our homes.
Let's hope. We can only hope. And we will see you all next week.
Bye.
So
Bye,
bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.
Good.